Oh, welcome right back to Tomb of Fate. I think everybody's in the wrong square. I'll get that fixed in a second. Let's go ahead and just cycle through the beginning, though. Session 16, another survey team. Seems like a lot of the quest givers are kind of focused on tasks at hand in the Manor Fort, but are allowing survey teams to travel out and afield scouting as they may want. This group has assembled itself primarily due to it's kind of an understanding that this group should do well together. And you can absolutely, if you'd like, narrate why that's the case after we get through the brief descriptions here. Um, that said, the party consists of Saywin, played by Steve. Steve, if you would kindly just quickly describe your character for us.
Um, Sewin is a young man, early to mid 20s, um, recently knighted, he claims. Um, he's a more of a tourney knight, or unsuccessful tourney knight. It's kind of a hedge knight without his helmet. He's kind of a battered and bruised individual, missing a couple teeth. Doesn't come from wealth or anything, but seems to be pretty honorable. Kind of does the right thing, tries to defend people. Has like a bit of a chivalrousness to him.
It's a regular dunk.
And
Uh,
so,
what else? Go ahead.
oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
He's any task, anything like that requires taking out a evil or something like that matter kind of catches his attention.
Absolutely. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Next up on the docket, we've got Sam, and I look like this and that. So close, so close. Sam is playing Orlok. Go ahead and give us a description of your character, please.
Yeah, so Orlok is dressed in tribal robes that are handcrafted from some sort of distant cold province. He doesn't remember how they were made, but he claims he made them, some of them himself. He did work on the staff himself. It's this like long, tall staff that ends in a screaming face, but it's made all of wood, so it must have been pulled off of a tree or something. But yeah, just a tall Goliath, got all the like gray skin and like colorful circular tattoos and shit going on.
Right on. Since we're keeping on theme with Goliaths, Adam, go ahead and give us a brief description of Rex.
Rex is almost 7 foot tall, clad in splint mail, with a cape with an emblem on it from his homeland, though he cannot recall the name of his homeland anymore. He's got a great sword strapped to his back, a silvered longsword at his hip, as well as a flail on the other hip, and a shield on his back. And his the exposed parts of his skin actually look like living marble.
Awesome. And real quick, just to kind of make sure the thread is continually being threaded, um, the symbol on the back of Rex's cape is the same symbol that Saywin bears on his shield. It is a pair of saltires with a diamond underneath. This is the second
Correct.
time you've had someone in your company, Rex, that has had the same symbol. The first time it was
Yes.
Garland, the much larger than Saywin knight. Um, yeah, I believe Garland stands a good half a head or full head taller than Saywin, if memory serves. Um,
Right.
okay, last but not least, Raccoon, played by Erasmus. If you would kindly, just a brief description of your character.
So Raccoon stands at 4 feet flat. She's quite small, even by tiefling standards. As you can see, a single horn, um, fairly unique makeup and a style of her homeland. Currently has an array of bronze hairpins in her hair. Is wearing beautiful burgundy silk robes. Walks around the fort like she owns the place. But when you speak to her, is more soft-spoken, polite, or at least in her interactions so far, that's how she's acted. Has been seeming like a little agitated with the arrival of this new quote-unquote dwarven prince, and has started sort of fluffing up her feathers and posturing about the fort. This is an opportunity for her to get out of the fort and unwind a little bit with a bit of exploring the countryside and seeing what else this place has to offer.
Real quick addendum and note rather that I want to make sure everybody's clear of. Nobody is aware of a dwarven prince. Nobody is aware of any nobility. There is one
Oh, so
person.
no one.
No. You know, but nobody else is really
Okay.
paying attention or caring. So it's this kind of like
Okay.
situation where like the people who are decently dressed seem to be like engaging in something that is very different from what the other faded ones care about. I think like Saywin's like, you know, top of his mind is like, yeah, we got that fucking dragon, we got to get this wyvern. And then you got, you know, Rex who's like, yeah, we got to get this wyvern. And then you got Orlok who's like, like just jotting down spells. But Raccoon is like very much focused on like the inward, like kind of like social narrative, which is very cool. I love the fact that like most of our crew are just like so task focused and not really caring about who they live with. And Erasmus does. Sorry. Um, Focusing up. Downtime activities. We'll start with you. Since you were last, we'll just go through it backwards. Raccoon, you have not played with us for a few sessions. I believe session 10, if memory serves.
Yep.
So you have 5 downtime points that you can spend. How would you like to spend those?
The first one is going to be spent with Benson. She's going to go back to Benson after that last session 10 and just report on what happened, that they cleared the kobolds, but there is still a dragon. She does recall that he asked for something to be retrieved. It wasn't specific about what that thing was.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to just present her collection of loot to see if that was anything that he was looking for.
Okay.
The eagle art pieces, the dragon statue, the vials of slime that she scooped up out of the trap pits, and also the blood vial as well, and see if that was anything that he was looking for.
Does
First and foremost.
doesn't seem to be, but mechanical situation.
Go on.
The For this session, because you have hit 2 points with Benson, if my notes are accurate, is that what you got as well?
Mm-hmm.
That means
Yeah.
that you'll have a single luck point for this
It is.
session, which is a single advantage on a roll of your choice or disadvantage on an opponent's roll when it's coming towards your group. Okay.
Okay, cool. I'll note that down. She also recalled that he seemed exasperated by the existence of this wyvern, and she'd like to know if he knows anything more about the wyvern, what it's might be weak to, if there's any strategies that might help out a would-be hunting team, or if he doesn't know where that information could be found.
He would probably direct you to the new, well, not new to you, but not new to the narrative. It's also new to us because Brent just made him up a bit ago. There is a new resident of the Manor Fort. Again, he's been here the whole time. Rockthar, who is martially trained and the militia leader, and he would say, if anybody knows anything about wyverns, it's probably him. All I've gotten books say is they're dragon kind, they don't have four limbs, and they have poisonous tails.
Alright, cool. The next point is just taking the dragon statue, the five-headed dragon statue.
Mm-hmm.
Take that to the library and just see what you can learn. Is there anything? Does this show up from a religious or historical standpoint?
Great. You're spending 1 point on that, or how many points do you want to spend on that?
Just 1 point.
Okay. It'll establish a downtime clock, which will be a total of 2 points. It's not going to be hard to research this, but it's harder than average.
Mm-hmm. Once she's done a little bit of research, she's going to then take it to Romilda and just gift it to Romilda.
Okay.
It seems like the sort of thing that people would write stories about, so it may be tangentially related to Romilda's purview, which is stories. Yeah, no downtime points spent on Romilda for that action yet. But the third downtime point is actually starting a conversation after presenting that statue.
Okay.
Just talk to her about dragons, broadly speaking. Are there any dragon-related tales that she's familiar with? Any folklore?
And continuing
That sort of thing.
the friend project, right?
Yeah, continuing to befriend. It's just that
Okay.
befriend project. Not an information gathering project. It's just
Got it.
befriending. And also to go through with Romilda what happened during session 10, making sure that Raccoon points out very specifically the selflessness of both Kaelin and Bait in saving her, because she would have died otherwise, and to also make sure that she points out the against all odds heroism of Leo and his rather ill-fated trident,
Perfect.
while downplaying her own part in those events. If Romilda is gathering stories, then we're creating stories every time we leave the fort, so she's coming back to share her story,
And Ramilda
or at least her take on the events.
takes those in kind, so she's very, very happy to receive those stories. And the statue she's very confused by, but she takes it she takes it kindly, but without following kind of like due etiquette that like the dwarf did, if memory serves. But she's nice enough about it. She says she doesn't know much about it or about dragon tales other than when they're fought by heroes in combat.
Well, that's exactly the kind of story that Raccoon was chasing. Like
Yeah.
the Siegfried and the dragon, and Bilbo and the dragon, and all those sort of tales that include them and might provide some small insight into how they could be defeated.
To avoid copyright infringement, we'll call him Rilbo. Rilbo.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
The next point is to continue Bunda, so getting into 3 of 4.
3.
This is when she takes him the Gold Eagle art piece and asks him to melt it down. And I've got like a laundry list of stuff that she'd like him to make from it if she can.
Okay.
The important ones though would be fingernail guards. That'd be steel wire with gold braced over the top of it.
Yeah.
And a bunch of like lapel pins, like really small lapel pins that you can give out to other party members. I've got some ideas on how those could be distributed to other players.
Awesome. Probably art objects of a fractional version of what you're currently utilizing to employ. So what I would say is art objects are fine for jewelry and kind of like accoutrement. So if you have an art object that you're melting down, you can basically split that into equal amounts art object. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the values though of all these little things, so we'll cover it after the session.
Sure.
But basically, it's just a bunch of little pins, some of them in the shape of phoenix feathers, some tiger fangs, some turtle shells, some dragon whiskers, a half circle hair ornament, like you can see in the picture, to actually have that created so you can start wearing it again, and like anklets as well with little like a charm bracelet, basically little clouds and birds and stuff hanging off.
Perfect. One more.
So yeah, that was the befriend Bunda, and the last one is to start the conversation with Redra.
Gotcha.
To just have a chat, see what she's about, what she's like, see if she might be a good fit for a possible
I would say
handmaiden or maid down the line.
The beginning of your dialogue she is very plain. She doesn't have a lot that she's kind of telling you about. The only story that she seems to have that's anything of note is the weird dream situation she had with her mother, and her apparently estranged father. In the learning, you are probably doing most of the talking, and she becomes very enamored in you in this very first step. I trust you to kind of augment your own and post your notes in there. Absolutely. I'll make sure that it's, to code, so to speak. But yeah, so far as to say your journal has been very good. Okay. Next up then on the docket is the next lowest, or the next one that I had listed. I think I'm just doing them in that order, which would be Steve. You got 3 points. What do we got?
I think we're just gonna work on fine-tuning this armor and weapon, because I think my plate is up to exceptional. So how close is that to perfect?
Exceptional, superior, and then I think that goes right after superior to perfect. Double checking. Yeah. So exceptional, so it would take 2 points to get to perfect.
Alright, I'll spend 2 points to get to perfect on the Eversoul plate, and then my last point, we'll just bump up the +1 longsword to work on that, getting it perfect.
Perfect. And what was the other weapon, or the other item?
Longsword +1.
+1, and that was currently at a superior?
It was just whatever Bunder gave it to me at, which I think was just neutral.
Neutral, so then it'll go to exceptional. Normal to exceptional. Perfect. Okay. a lot of time spent in the forge. You would definitely note that the forge has become a very popular place, and I think the person who's been there the most is Bait. And you also start hearing kind of tales about how he uh, fought a dragon. Very cool, and you were there, so you kind of are sad nobody's noting you. Seems like Bates sounds like they're the true hero of the tale.
As a
Uh,
lifelong squire, I'm used to not being the main character.
there you go. So then next on the docket would be Rex.
Whoop.
Downtime points. Adam,
All right. So how
you
many
have,
did we say we had?
you
How
have
many did we
8.
say I had then?
8.
Okay. I'm gonna put 4 of them towards Bunder,
Okay.
befriending him.
Thunder. And the response of Thunder 4 points. The benefit of that is immediate. So I'll go ahead and add a +1 weapon. One of your weapons is now +1. Which one do you want it to be?
I think I'll just do the silver longsword.
Silver Longsword is now +1 Silver Longsword. Love it.
Community property, and now everyone gets a +1 silver longsword.
Well, as long as they're able to borrow it from you for sure.
Yes, sir.
Then you have 4 more points.
I think I'm gonna work on my armor and try to get it as close to perfect as possible.
You are wearing Splint. Splint from normal to perfect will take 3 points, which you'll be able to do with 1 point remaining.
Okay. I don't think I can spend that 1 point.
Your Silver Longsword is not. It is normal condition, so you could upgrade that if you'd like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do that then. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Longsword, enchanted, delete that. You betcha. And then Splint Armor, edit, perfect. And then Silver Longsword is exceptional. Okay, great. Um, Last but not least, Orlock. It's been a little while since we've seen you on the field, but I think I know kind of what you're going to be going for. Did you have a chance to look over the? Why is that the case? What just happened there? Oh, I see. Sorry, go ahead, Sam. What's Orlock's downtime activity going to be?
So Orlok needs to earn money in order to scribe Benson's spells. So can I work on either the silvered weapons with Rex or possibly like cozy up to Kinji and see if he's got like organizational work that needs doing?
Sure. So a quick note on gaining cash when you're not in a party. Obviously, it's a bit harder to do so, but there are some skill tricks that allow for you to do just that. So I'm going to ask, do you have proficiency in? Do you have proficiency in gambling or not gambling? Deception. Sorry. Do you have proficiency in um, sleight of hand? Do you have proficiency in religion? Do you have proficiency in performance?
Nope. Nope to everything so far.
Wild work.
I've got Arcana.
Arcana. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't have a money gaining method.
Okay.
Fundraising.
You could tell fortunes.
You could take out a loan from another player.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, I just came
so
up
I need
with 250 gold. How much do you need?
I would need 50 gold because if we're gonna take
Oh,
on, I
persuasion.
don't know what we're doing yet. I would want to get Tasha's Hideous Laughter as a single target like knockdown spell that might be strong enough to hold a major target like a Wyvern. Wait, me do Persuasion?
Do you have persuasion as a skill? Trained?
Uh, -1. My
No,
charisma's
yeah,
shit.
it's not trained. It's not trained. It's not one you chose as
Not
a
trained,
yeah.
no.
It seems like you somehow
Um,
avoided every single money raising skill. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Erasmus.
Raccoon would be more than willing to lend you the 50 gold for the spell, just in the interest of her own self-preservation.
Absolutely. Let me write on my
Yeah,
sheet
just
that I do 50 GP.
debit that from, or remove that from your sheet there,
Yeah,
Raccoon.
done.
Perfect. And then add, or you don't have to write 50 onto your sheet because you're just going to be spending it in the downtime activity. So I will add Tasha's Hideous Laughter to your book, and that's one downtime action. Um, what else would you like to do with your other 6?
Uh, three are going into making the Screaming Staff perfect quality. It's at normal. I repaired it from fine last time. That leaves me 3 left. Uh, and I guess I'll. Is there any lore information that we could get that would be useful today? I kind of want to know what's going on with the door that requires magical energy to be opened. Could I library check for that?
Do you have history?
Like what kind of? I believe so. Hold on.
Gosh, I hope so. Gosh.
Yes.
It's like, what
Yes,
other
I do
skills
have
are there?
history. I know things. By God, I have
Okay.
a purpose.
So the game started off with the presumption that we were in a quote-unquote hamlet population settlement. Due to the additional library in the form of the chapel, we've increased that down to village. So the passive check... No, sorry, actually, also because of the Village of Blue, we've decreased that once again to town. So it's a DC 15 check on history to see if any information can be gleaned about
What's up?
wyverns.
Awesome. Rolling a history check.
Okay. That's a natural 20. So the wyvern's lore will basically be known to you. You understand that wyverns are not true dragons. They are a creature that is like a dragon, but not quite. You would understand that the horribleness of a wyvern. It's very territorial. It is very much like a raptor or predatory bird in its efforts, and it has a very powerful vision, 120 dark vision, very capable of like perception, very quick in its flight speed, about an 80-foot flight speed, so you'd be able to determine and its sting is very deadly. The poison does, in the explanation, like you're able to kind of mathematically get the number crunching portion of it. The poison does 76 damage and gives the target the poison condition. So poison and any kind of poison mitigation would be beneficial for your group if you're planning on fighting a wyvern. Wyverns are not true dragons, but like dragons, they do lair. And with that roll, you'd actually learn that the Wyvern of Lorade Lake is a well-known factor in Dragonkind. And you would understand that it's called the Wyvern of Lorade Lake because it actually resides inside of a very strange small cavern network that it itself is not flooded, but at one time was flooded, that exists right about... Let me move all these people here. Right about there. You don't know exactly where, but you have the idea of where. On the eastern coast of Lake Lorraine.
Sick. And is there any information about like who controls it? Like it's part of an army or a clutch of dragons or some other structure?
Dragons and true dragons have no masters, except family. And wyverns are pretty much like solitary hunters.
Okay. Awesome. I'll use my last 2 downtime points to talk with Kenji and start. Or actually, is there a project that you're working on, Erasmus, for Raccoon?
Basically befriending everyone in the fort.
Yeah, you can't help them with
Okay.
theirs.
Yeah. Um.
But
Well,
she is interested
If
in.
you need a favor, let me know. Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
cool. I was gonna say she's interested in the stairway with the magic gate, as well, which is something that you pointed out before making the history check roll. So
Oh.
not necessarily
Oh shit.
relevant right now, but could be relevant. We could work on that together at some point.
Okay. Yeah. Would love to do that.
Yeah, with that 20 on your check to see, I mean, I'll throw it in as an extra. Basically, to pass through the gate, there are 4 bells, and the bells need to be rang for the chains to remove the doors, or to pull the doors open. To make a bell ring, it requires 1 level's worth of spell slot energy to open. So you would need 4 first level spells, 2 second level spells, 1 third level spell, 1 first level spell, or 2 second level. The math, you know the math. The math checks out. You figure it out. You just need 4 levels worth of spells to ring the bells.
And that's on cast spell levels. Rituals don't count.
On cast. You have to
Yeah,
expend the
cool.
power. Rituals are performed in a fashion that slowly emanates the effect, whereas the spell energy is what needs to pop the bell. Instantaneous.
Yeah, cool.
If you were to ritual cast it, would be like this slow, tedious, like tapping of spell energy versus the raw discharge of 1 level.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. Just wanted to
Yeah,
make sure I crossed that
I
off.
just you said it, and I was like, I want
It's
to
a
explain
possibility.
the science. Okay, cool. Any other? I think that's all the downtime, right? Okay. Bear with me here for a second then. Um, this one, click copy, click paste, right? Thank you. Okay, so I went ahead and marked the area that I designated as where it approximately is. Um, movement. There's currently a camp established at Crypta Villisk. You can start your movement from there if you so desire. Also, when it comes to free roaming, you do have a goal in mind. You have an idea of what you want to do. That's fine. There are other options. There's plenty of things to do here. Since we've got, a limited amount of time, I want to kind of give it to you. And it sounds like we kind of have a consensus, but I just want to be sure. Are we chasing down a wyvern, or?
That 7d6 is giving me pause on the wyvern. That's
Yeah,
one shot at level 2.
unless someone has, cure poison and some sort of antidote that could be taken, yeah, one smack with the tail is even gonna put the big boys down. Like they don't
We can't take it.
don't
Yeah.
really have a good mitigation for that.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit too early in our adventures to be taking on the wyvern, unfortunately.
We are probably not equipped, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
depending
wouldn't
on.
be against
Oh,
it,
go ahead.
but, like, I wouldn't be against it per se, but I mean, if the general consensus is that we're not ready, we're probably not ready.
I will say,
Yeah, with that,
it may be the case that you don't have a choice. Like, as you're wandering around, it fucking finds you and will end your souls. But maybe you don't roll a 20. I mean, you do have Steve in here, and he's encountered it twice now, I think, right? No, just once, just once.
Yeah, then he ate my bird, my pet bird.
Yeah, a burp. But yeah, plenty of options on the table. I did it for the other party. I will do likewise for you. There's the Abandoned Mine, Ancient Stepwell, the Barbogezi Boat, Cave Temple, the Copper Cleft. Now, real quick, if you didn't watch last episode, I totally understand. People are living their lives doing their shit. But the group that just got back, Bait died and was restored back to life by Mainwin. And the reporting on it is that they went into the Copper Cleft and were beset by goblins at the base of the tower in the Copper Cleft's Underdark, and they were forced to retreat. So you could try and pick up where they left off. There's also the hidden house that was spotted by a group on the southern side, hanging out in fucking waterfalls. There's a tunnel entry into the underbelly of the King's Road. There's the Lorraine Lighthouse, which I believe, Saywin, you passed by when you went to the Barbagezi boat. There's the Magical Glade right next door. It's literally right there. Nobody knows what it is. Magical. Ooh, magic here. There's the Mountain Stair, which has been mentioned. You know how do you get through. There are the Skull Piles in the Cloakwood. And there's the area south of the village of Blue, which hasn't been explored. And then there's the Whitestone Lookout, which was a point of interest for the first survey team, the very first survey team. Options are yours, of course. And you don't have to go anywhere. You could just start moving around on the map. I need a token to throw down. Who's the party mascot? Who do we think the mascot of the party is?
Probably one of the Goliaths. They look cool.
Do you probably want to pick Goliath? That's cool.
I said probably one of them because they look cool.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because both the Goliaths were in the forge with me. We were all improving weapons at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Say was probably like kind of admiring their work.
For sure.
And because they innately can speak giant and like write giant, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so they would probably Orlok and the other giant
Rex.
What's his name?
Rex.
Yeah, they probably would have noticed that Saywin's smithing tools, his hammer and tongs, they have like a giant rune emblazoned on them. That's kind of what he uses when he's kind of working in the forge.
Rex
It
is
almost
probably
seems
out.
like the tools are using him more than he's using the tools.
Nice.
Channeling. Impressive.
In terms
Do you channel
of where to go,
spirit?
Oh, sorry, hold on.
Raccoon's interest-
Hold on a second, Erasmus. Sorry, Sam was doing a role playing. We definitely want to
sorry.
encourage that. Go ahead.
Oh, Orlok asked, "You're channeling? Are you channeling a spirit, a giant spirit, perhaps?"
I'm not sure. These runes came to me in a dream, and the dream said I had to carve them. They wasn't specific, but I'll show him my smithing tools as well as these, like, I guess they're called thieves tools. They're like lockpicks and stuff that have like another giant rune on them. This is kind of what I had on me, so this is what I carved them into. And when I use these tools, it feels like something's guiding me. Maybe a spirit, but I'm really not sure. This is new to me.
Arcana would tell you that they are
Do feel
runes from a rune knight. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think that Orlok is also kind of vibing on that because he hears the spirits of the dead and he manifests his magic with like souls and screaming. So he thinks we're kind of like doing the same thing or like we're having the same. He says dreams are a slice of the soul, so it must be important if it came to you in a dream.
Yeah, an omen to be sure. I've spent my entire life only around men and some dwarves, never giantkin. So it's very strange, but I'm curious to see where it's going to lead me.
I can read it if you'd like. I have identify as well if you'd like.
Oh, I know what it said. That this one, it just says fire, and this one just says cloud.
I wonder if those are part of the ancient houses. And Orlok goes off into a, sort of mental fugue state as he starts recalling information.
Studying off to the side. Okay, Erasmus, you were stating, get back on track with movement. Orlok is the mascot.
Felt a pause. Yeah, I just sort of felt a pause.
No worries.
In the role playing, so I was like, oh, I guess they're done.
Snapping right back. Snapping right back.
In terms of the role playing, Raccoon will be waiting like near the exit of the fort, like the northern exit of the fort, just waiting for meat shields to show up so she can accompany them.
So
if the Goliaths and Orlok are on their way out, she'll just sort of fall in line as if they're always meant to accompany her and ride off into the fog.
Yeah.
That's funny. So, as far as movement, currently the person who's controlling the token, so Sam, you're the one in charge of movement. Do we have a desired location, or are we just gonna free roam for reals? The wilds.
Orlok is going to put it up to a vote and be like, well, I think the tribe has to all agree, or else we're not going to be all pulling together. We can't handle the wyvern. What do we feel up for?
And to clarify, the Heavenly Princess only gets one vote, correct?
That was in character.
That was in character, yes.
Everybody just looming over top. The only light that's coming in is because of Saywin's shortness comparatively to the Goliaths. But like they're just standing and looking down at her. I only get one vote, right?
As soon as Raccoon says princess, anyone instantly falls to a knee. Oh, Your Grace, I had no idea. Of course,
Heavenly Princess is
I would
fine.
yield my vote to you if you would take me into your service, even but for today.
Consider today a trial period.
Of course, my lady.
I'll consider it, but if you die, then there'd be little point.
Causing
Rex
I
Saywin.
will
will
give my
clap
life for
his
my
hand.
betters.
Sorry, go ahead.
So is they causing Saywin to look down at his palm, at the dark mark that still resides there. Okay. So then it sounds like 2 votes are going to be whatever Raccoon says. So where does a Raccoon want to go? Since you've kind of bogarted half of the vote.
Where now of, oh, assuming of course, Orlok, that you shared the information that you'd learned about the gate up the mountain.
Mhm.
Aware of how to pass it, but isn't able to pass it herself yet. She can only unlock 3 on her own, and then she'd be spent after that. So that's probably a come back to it later sort of deal when she's got access to more spells. I'm thinking Magic Glade, honestly.
Hell
That's
yeah.
sort of been there on the list since the start.
Yeah, ever since Leo discovered it.
Yeah, it just seems like it could be magic, mystery, and fun, basically.
All my favorite words.
These are all great words, yeah.
Rex will clap his chest, and he'll just be like, "My sword and shield are yours."
Where's the fire? Let's go. Boop.
The traversal to the magical glade is not long. A little more than a mile's travel. As you enter this portion of the woods, there's a certain looming shadow. The mountain of Azumatin seems to loom high over top of you, and the dark nature of the forest is magnified by this. The trees are thicker here. The roots come up out of the ground. It seems like the earth itself is fighting a battle with the trees and basically losing. The other thing you notice is that the ground here is more damp. It's a bit more moist than the ground that you've walked on previous. I don't think anybody has been to this side of the manor fort. The closest that we've gotten is passing through this portion of the woods in a narrow sense by Saywin in the very first outing of the Fated Ones, passing right by here. Your presumption is that it's damp here because the river flows through here nearby. But what you come to understand is that there are very, very common pools of water that are present throughout this area. And as you come to the place marked on your map, you would see up ahead that this opening isn't as grand a glade as you expected. Maybe 100 or so feet of real kind of clear space. But in the center of it is a pond. Floating all about, these wisps of green energy, or these kind of green floating bugs. You can't tell for certain which. Perhaps it's both, perhaps it's neither, perhaps it's something totally different. But something about this space feels off. Like, not the same as where you have been walking, where you have been going. I'm going to activate the scene. I think it's going to go straight to black for everybody. which is totally fine. I'm going to start moving your character tokens onto the glade, and we will discuss what you see, and then I'll ask you what you're doing. Oh, I see that the scale is off, so I'll have to fix that too. This is one of the first maps I made, so it's very interesting that maps I put on here anyway. So it's very interesting that we're coming to it all of a sudden, but I appreciate the randomness of roaming. We got Orlok, we got Rex, and then I'm going to adjust the scale because it is apparently off. 40. Yes. Corrected. Okay. You come through. I would say it'd probably be more closer to this area here, the northern side. A little bit of a copse here, a little opening of trees. And you would see that the glaze resides before you. The pond at the center looms directly in front of you.
I think Orlok begins ritual casting Detect Magic as just sort of the default, like just he's praying to his ancestors and like chanting as his eyes start to slowly glow, and over the 10 minutes it takes.
Yeah. While that ritual casting is happening, I'm assuming nobody's just standing about goofily and awkwardly. So if you'd like to do something, engage in a way other than standing about, let me know. Why did your token get?
Yeah, Raccoon's going to. I don't know. After you moved it, it started rotating on its own.
Interesting.
Strange.
I can do investigation as well. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna do some roleplay stuff. So yeah, if you want to do the investigation, go for it.
For sure.
And Raccoon, you were saying, go ahead.
I'm just gonna do a bit of roleplay. She's gonna be looking for flowers. That was her initial interest in this area, was pigment. So she's going to see if there's, I mean, not necessarily pictured on the map, but if there's any brightly coloured flowers dotted about the place that she might grab.
Yeah, so there are no flowers present. It appears that everything that is here is kind of a deep, kind of like thick lichen on the ground, and kind of like growing up to like a mossy kind of covering on the trees. And it's something that you didn't notice outside of the glade. Like it seems that it's emanating from the glade, and there's probably like a circumference for this growth. You would see that there is what appears to be like blocks or stones, ruins that are kind of present, but very minorly. There's one like on the far side of the glade from where you're standing, and then there's one kind of set inside of the pond, which you can kind of see here. From this position, it looks like there might be things written on the stones in question.
Yeah, I think she's gonna wait until Orlok's finished their ritual casts. Like as a spellcaster herself, she's aware that
Okay.
some things take time, and if he's doing it, it's probably for a good reason.
Rex,
So
you... Oh, go ahead.
she'll wait until he's finished before entering too deep into the glade.
Rex, you kind of move about and kind of enter into the space, looking around, and as you kind of investigate the area, there really isn't much to you. Like, obviously, you're a soldier, you're a Goliath. This is a forest. It's filled with magic. Like, it's an anathema of like a lot of what your character is kind of built to. So you're not really investigating or of turning anything of note. And basically, as you're coming to conclusions, like there's writing on that rock, everyone's like, duh, like we can see it kind of situation. So you feel kind of like, how am I helping here? And kind of just this very awkward, like positioning towards the back of the group. Say when, based on your movement, you walk straight up to the pond. You would notice the water is very clear, and there's a strangeness to the surface that makes you a bit confused. Up above, looming in the sky, but not very visible, is the sun. You can see the sunlight piercing into the area. However, the reflection on the pond is not what you'd expect to see a reflection of a pond to be. with the sky as it is above. Instead, it looks like there's a crescent moon in reflection, and the water is shifting ever so slightly, moving as if being brusqued by an unseen wind.
Is there any? Do I notice any like life in the pond since it's so clear, like fish
Yeah.
or anything like that?
So you'd see small little, what look like kind of minnows, and you would also notice that there are green lights glowing inside of the water as well. Whether they are reflections of the lights that are floating above you and around you, or if they're something completely different, your brain is not able to kind of calculate. But some of them do look different, some of them do look the same, but the reflection's already different than what's above it anyways, so you're not sure. You're not certain. It's some sort of trick of magic play, and it's absolutely just like it at once annoying but also kind of like cool. Like that's pretty rad. Um okay, and then Raccoon stays back watching. Orlok steps forward towards the large stone in the middle as he's continuing the ritual. It sounds like nobody else is doing anything. You turn the page on the ritual, finalizing the casting. Emanation of sight comes to you, and you would see that this place is nearly blinding in its magic. It seems like this is not a space that is what would be considered the material plane as you understand it. And you've cast Detect Magic at the Manor Fort and all this place. It seems regular everywhere else. It just seems that this glade in particular is brimming with magic. It looks like it's cascading out of the magic pond, like it's flooding out of the magic pond. The coloration to you seems to be uh, kind of like a bright white in color, but with like this very strange kind of purple and blue tinge to it that kind of illuminates on the exterior of the light. Um, and yeah, looking down, it seems that it funnels straight down this pond, which is a lot deeper than you would expected, to its bottom. And something down there is the source of this glowing magic.
Yeah, Orlok will communicate all that to the party as clearly as he can. That there's some sort of magic well that is flowing in reverse here.
As you're kind of like getting ready to elucidate these facts, Raccoon, I would like for you to make an Arcana check. Rex, I would like for you to make a perception check. And Saywin, I would also like a perception check from you as well.
Note perception. 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to make the Arcana check, but I'm not trained in it. If that changes things.
Oh, these warlocks. Go ahead and make a perception check as well then. These warlocks and not taking skills that I think it's okay. The bard didn't have it either, so fuck it. You know, like I don't know how this stuff works anymore. Nobody's taking the skills their classes normally have. I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
She's a noble.
No, I get it. I 100% understand why she
history.
wouldn't have Arcana. Yeah, she's not wise in magic. She signed a pact with something. It's different. It's a different kind of metric for why. Okay. So all of you who are watching Orlok like read the book, finish the book, look around, and then turn and start talking to you, you would see that the lights kind of hanging above the pond start to coalesce in some spots and start to form these floating orbs of radiant light. They seem to change from like a greenish color to kind of like a more radiant color. And from what you can see, those of you, all of you, you guys rolled insanely high. It would seem that the glowing orbs take on a face. There are a total of 2 of them that manifest. One there, and one there. What do you do next?
Are the faces
Roll
otherwise
Arcana.
identical, or are there differences between them?
They are different, yes. And here, hold on, I'll show you a picture of what they look like. Show the players. Now, Orlok just finished. You're noticing them. This is the immediate seconds after that fact. So I would like to ask you what you're doing next. Also, as a pause, did any wizards want to cast any spells on the way here? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge if you have mage armor.
Mage armor, for sure.
Go ahead and throw that on. Totally fine.
Yeah.
But for the three that are not Orlok, as Orlok is starting to explain the nature of the weird magic, is there anything that you would want to do?
I don't think as much as I can do in
Um,
regards to the situation other than stand guard.
Okay, so you
Advance
go
closer.
into like a more kind of like defensive stance and march forward. Okay, so Orlok, that's very confusing reaction to you telling them about cool magic. Saywin?
So he did his spell, and then these faces appeared. Essentially, is what's happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Yeah. Salem kind of put his hands up, said, "Well met, faces of the magic spring. We are but simple travelers and mean no harm or disrespect."
Okay, this seems to cause this one on the side to kind of like air towards you. Um, Last but not least, Raccoon, are you reacting? Again, the reactions of the two fighter types seem to be their own. What are you doing?
Yeah, she's going to head over a little bit closer to Orlok and just ask Orlok, are these yours? Because she saw the cast. She doesn't know what he cast. She doesn't know detect magic, but
Orlok, you spin about and look at these creatures, and as you do, I need you to make a religion roll. If you have it or not. Because I think your subclass is Necromancer when we get there, right?
It's probably going to be Evoker.
Evoker? Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
I
I
guess
can
there's
do
no...
religion. I'm not trained.
That's fine. Roll it. I know you have kind of like souls and dead elements, so I'm giving you this one for flavor. The creatures that loom before you are known as will-o-wisps. They are very deadly undead. Their presence here means that this place is possibly a beacon of death. The will-o-wisp will move towards you, and you can see lightning start to form around it. And you know that they're hostile.
These are undead. Fuck them up, boys. And he's gonna start getting ready to cast a spell.
Go ahead and click on that
Please.
initiative tracker or initiative. If you haven't played in a while, go ahead and right-click your token. Up on the top left of the options that are listed there, you should see 2 gray-bladed swords. Click that bad boy, and it'll bring up the list of options for you to kind of do your shit from the bottom line. With that, yeah, click those initiative till we get them, and I will roll initiative with my will-o-wisps. It's a lot of dice on the table. Okay, so they very much, as you're kind of yelling out commands and getting ready to engage, bear with me here. I think this one's a fight. Yeah. When it kind of closes in on you, it is going to move directly up to you with all of its... Oh. Yeah, directly up to you with all of its movement. And that lightning will discharge like static towards you. Targeting Orlok. Shock. You see it kind of radiate against the mage armor, kind of crash around it, and you're very aware of the power of magic. You're kind of understanding of like how potent this effect is. It seems to be a bit more powerful than like a cantrip, but not as powerful as like a leveled spell. That it's just discharging on a whim, but it doesn't pierce your armor. And then this other one will fly. Double check my speed here. Yeah, fly 50. it is going to target Saywin and shock at him as well. You watch as lightning dances over your armor, the Eversoul plate seeming to cause it to drag towards the ground, but it doesn't seem to penetrate the metal of your armor, it just seems to dance across its surface in this moment. And you're kind of like, oh, hands up, no weapons drawn. Whoa, why? Faces of the glade.
Oh.
Done. Saywin, you're up.
Well then. Try to make peace with these magical entities. They always bring you war. Yeah. Hit him with my sword.
Bring out the sword and the wood, and then bring it on.
Fuck him up.
Yeah, that'll
Let's
probably do
go.
it.
Yes.
Make sure you target it before you roll the damage.
Don't need a savage attacker for that one. I'll take
No,
that.
that's the most you could possibly roll. That's 100%. Okay, you slash into the creature. In the doing, you would notice that it seems to not care that much about the damage that was dealt to it.
It's like fighting smoke.
It's like fighting smoke. That's 100% a beautiful way of wording it. Okay, you go ahead and end your turn at the bottom there. It'll go to Orlok.
Baby, please don't. Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't think Tasha's is actually going to be very useful right now, so I'm going to use Magic Missile. And I'm just going to try and gun this thing down, because I really hope it doesn't have any way to deal with force damage.
We'll see.
And 1, 2, 3, and... Why is it? I want all 3 of them on here.
Yeah. No, hold on. Back out. Go ahead and untarget that one. Or you want that one targeted? Okay, good. Go to your character sheet and then click Magic Missile off of your spell sheet. I think it works different than the one in the bottom.
Okay.
The only person I've seen cast Magic Missile successfully has been Brent. Yes. Now click the damage 3 times.
Roll.
Again. Do it in rapid succession. It sounds cooler.
Damage, there it is. Roll. Damage.
Oh, click the damage in the... Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. Perfect. So, boom. Apply. As you smash into it, you watch a smattering of this very strange liquid slam onto the ground from it. Almost as if blood was kind of cast from it. But you would be able to understand that this is not blood. It's called ectoplasm. Ghost blood.
Can I roll a check to see if there's any value in, like, scooping that up?
Not yet.
No? Okay.
Okay.
And move away, and that should be my turn. I don't have a bonus.
You're moving away without...
Moving
You're moving away?
without... Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'll take
going to
that.
eat the attack of opportunity.
You sure are.
Ooh, thank God for the mage armor.
Yeah. Mage armor puts you at a 14, correct?
Correct, yeah, I got +1 dex.
Cool. End your turn. It'll go to Rex. Looks like the mages are currently under a situation, but it looks like Saywin is engaging with this one, if you want to tag team it.
Probably be for the best to knock out as many threats as quickly as possible. So, yes, I'm going to just move up on it and come at it with the silvered sword.
Okay.
1 second.
It very deftly shirks the attack, moves away from it, and you kind of like move past it without getting a direct hit.
Damn.
Unfortunate. Anything else?
That's all I can do.
End your turn, and then it'll go to Raccoon.
Remind me how. Okay.
Bottom, big button.
There
Says
you go.
enter.
Alright, so we know that Orlok's taken a hit. We also know that the melee fighters. Does it appear like the one the melee fighters are after? Is there any ectoplasm on the ground?
No, they haven't
On
wounded
that one
it.
yet or not?
Yeah, they haven't wounded it yet. They've damaged it, but they
Started to
haven't
wound that one.
bloodied it.
Yeah. She's gonna move over. Not really sure how did the lightning look like it was directed, or did it look like it was just everything nearby that's close enough?
It looked like it was a
Like
directed
the lightning
shot.
attack
Yeah,
on.
it looked like a connection. It was almost like a miniature witch bolt is the best way to kind of describe like the connection. It's like static rose from the target, created a trail line, and then the shock went into the target.
Alright, well, she'll form up with Orlok. As she's moving, you'll see the mirrors will come flying out of her sleeves, the small bronze mirrors that she keeps as a spellcasting focus. In this moment, though, they form like a long arc, taller than she is, and a golden strand of like flaming string will connect the two edges of the arc to create a longbow.
Awesome.
And yeah, she's going to pact weapon longbow with radiant damage the closest will-o'-the-wisp.
Let's see it. Don't forget to target it by hovering over
That's what I
the
always forget.
wisp and press T. Perfect.
There we go. Thank you for the reminder. I
No
had
worries.
absolutely forgotten.
Let's see it. Okay.
Ooh,
The packed summon weapon is not a physical, tangible weapon. It's a weapon that's created whole cloth every time you summon it. Is that fair? Or is it an actual item that you're pulling from somewhere else?
thematically, it's the mirrors. I think mechanically,
Okay.
it's literally just the weapon from the equipment section. So with weight, with gold value, it's that.
Got it. Go ahead and roll a d20. We'll see if the damage happens to it or not. See if you fumble save or not. Success. So you're not going to have any damage incur due to the fumble. Normally, if you miss an attack like that, the condition would go from normal to fine. And we'll just do that with the longbow itself. Okay. Anything else, Raccoon?
No, that's it. That's a bonus action and an action. So she's done.
Right. So this one is going to flutter over to Orlok again, and is going to try and shock. $15 will hit.
Yep.
Total damage is going to be 7.
I'm trying to decide if I'm using Stone's Endurance. I probably should. It'll block all this damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
the
do it. I'm gonna
damage is applied. Go ahead and hit Stone's Endurance. Click the healing, but don't forget to target yourself.
Okay, let me make sure I'm targeted. I'm clicked on.
I don't
Roll.
think you targeted yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, you're healing my will-o'-wisp. Hold on.
Oh.
It's okay.
It's the other.
So
click,
you
click.
can only heal an amount equal to the amount that was dealt, which was 7. So it'll be +7. Got it. Cool. Done and done. Then it'll go to the next one, who will also shock, staying on Saywin. Probably not. Guy is made out of metal.
In real life, that would be terrible. Getting hit by lightning.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they took out kind of the benefits of attacking metal objects with lightning spells, so no big deal.
Like, does shocking grasp doesn't even do it?
Doesn't even do it. Shocking Grass just does the reaction stuff. Because there was always oh, well, my plate armor is made out of wood or some other random stuff, and it was just a headache. And I think they just stopped doing it. Say when you're up.
All right. my hitting with my sword didn't work. Oh, I'll hit him with my sword again.
Roll a d20.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I will pop a inspiration.
Okay. And because you're a human, you'll refresh your inspiration immediately.
Yeah. Just repair this sword. I don't want it to risk damage.
Yeah. Well,
Oh my god.
it's bad, but not as bad.
Oh.
And that's what's important, you know? That's what counts. Say when you're done, right? Unless you want to action
Yeah.
surge and roll bad some more.
I think I'm
Maybe
okay.
the dice rolls for the friends we made
Hit
along
along the way. Orlock, you're up. It definitely wants to lightning attack you. So there's that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have to magic missile again. We're going Nova on this fight for some reason. Um, rolling off the sheet. I'm targeting. Cast, consume. Go back. And I'm gonna target 2 into the one that's closest to me and 1 into the one that's farthest away.
Okay.
Just because I think there's a chance that I kill this thing, and I want to start putting damage in on the other one.
If you hold shift and press T while hovering your mouse over the other one, it'll target it as well.
Shift. E.
Hold shift, press the letter T on your key. There you go. And then go ahead and click on damage.
Okay.
That shit's rad as hell.
Not with those rolls.
No, probably not. So the first 2 are going into. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Can I move around here without leaving
Yeah,
its
you're
attack?
still adjacent to it. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, cool. Basically, I want to kind of move around and make sure that its face is turned towards me. Yeah, and that's turn.
Cool. End your turn. Rex, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to go slicey slice again. Let's see if this works.
That'll miss.
God damn it.
An 18 misses?
Sure does.
Yep.
Out of character note, above table, Will-O-Wisps have a 19 AC. Oh. I fucking love the auto zoom so much. He's like, and it's like,
Dun-dun.
I gotta get these on clips. I just have to. Rex, anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Raccoon, you're up.
It doesn't have
turn.
much to do with her bonus action, so yeah, she'll just let loose another arrow. And this time, thanks for the reminder with that inspiration point
Yeah.
on your turn. I have a luck point. I don't have to let my shit get broken.
If you want to spend luck now, it'll give you advantage on the attack roll. That's how that'll work.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just concerned there's more like further down in that lake. Like these aren't the biggest threat here. That's my worry.
Yeah. You're not wrong. That'll miss.
Yeah, it's a miss, and that's the turn.
Okay. So, the one that is engaging with Orlock is going to use a bonus action feature called Consume Life. Oh, I have Saywin targeted. Well, I'm going to do it to Saywin too. So, Saywin, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure.
Oh,
Saywin, you drop to 0 hit points.
Oh no.
Upon
Jesus.
falling, the one that's fighting you will regain 3d6 hit points. target. Healing. Roll. So I believe it is back to full in hit points. No, it's not even close. You guys did a decent amount of damage to that one over there. And then this one here. Oh, sorry. After it does that, it is going to use its action to vanish. It disappears from sight. Okay. The one that is fighting with Orlok is going to shock, targeting Orlok. It'll hit.
Yep. Using Stone's Endurance again.
Okay. I apply the damage. Go ahead and roll, and then click the healing. Damn. All right. You did have the Will-O-Wisp targeted again, but I can manually do it.
Damn it.
It's okay. You're back up to full. No damage is applied. Then the Will-O-Wisp will force you to make a Constitution saving throw using Consume Life. So Orlok,
Yeah, that's con save or die. Yeah.
con save or be reduced to 0 hit points. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. All right. Con saving throw, just a +3.
Nailed it. You feel it ebbing at your life force. You feel it tugging and pulling. The lightning hit and bounced off, like because of your strong flesh. But then you felt like these lingering fingers kind of like pulling at your essence. And as that's happening to you, you look to the right and you see the other one doing likewise to Saywin. And you see Saywin kind of exasperatedly, and falls to the ground. His armor just like a loud clunk clunk on the forest floor. And then the wisp that was near it starts to look in your direction, or maybe Raccoon's direction, you're not sure, and then fade from view. That's it for the Will-O-Wisps. Are you having flashbacks, by the way, Steve?
To what?
Remember when I killed Jeremy's character with Will-O-Wisps? Back in the Sunday game?
Yeah. Yeah, and my character, I made my character roast him for a while, so I think I'm asking.
So it's your initiative. Just hit the big skull in the bottom left corner. It should throw a death saving throw for us. That's one failure. And then end your turn. Orlok.
The one in front of me is still visible, correct?
Yes. The only one that is vanished cannot be seen on the map.
Gotcha. Well, that means I can't target it. I changed one of my spells in for Mind Sliver.
Yeah. Did you pull
so
it?
I am going.
Is it on your Is it on your sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mind Sliver is on my sheet, and I still have the correct number of cantrips.
Perfection. Go for it.
I pulled one. Yeah. So it needs to make a DC 13 saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage, and then it'll.
What kind of saving throw?
Subtract 1d4 from future saving throw.
DC
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. DC 13 int.
That'll fail.
Please. Oh.
Go ahead and click the
Okay.
Click the spell down so we can see it. Yep. And then go ahead and click on the damage. It is slivered. Oh, the wrong one was targeted. Please target this one.
Oh, shit. There we go. And now it's correctly targeted.
Okay, cool. I can't add the sliver to it, unfortunately, but yeah, the damage was 3, you said?
Yeah, damage was 3.
Oh.
And it's subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn.
Got it. Okay, it's still alive, and that's it. Anything else? Circling around a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm still trying to keep it away from Raccoon, but I don't know that I want to risk running now that my the blessing of my ancestors is more or less spent by those last two shocks.
Rex, you're up. You have the opportunity to heal your friend or go and help the wizards.
By healing my friend, I'd have to roll a medicine roll, right?
Yeah, unless you have a potion on your person.
I don't have any potions.
Yeah, so it'd be your action and a medicine check DC 10.
I'll do a medicine check. Why not?
Okay,
We need all of our strength. So medicine check DC 10. You said
you betcha.
that didn't do shit.
Okay, so you fail. You don't have a penalty for failing by amounts. So you're just watching him die and doing your best to try and help him and failing.
Slapping his cheek. Wake up! Wake up!
That's it?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Raccoon?
Oh, range of 15 feet. Fuck yeah. Sorry for swearing.
No, yeah,
Alright,
fuck
she's
it.
going to spend her action to move kind of close to a downed ally.
Mm-hmm. So
Uh,
real quick,
on the way.
as you're moving in that direction and you pass by where you were just standing, this square, you feel this very cold energy kind of pass by your face, and your hair kind of like flips from the side of your face, kind of causing it to become slightly distressed. It feels like you just walked over someone's grave, or like you passed through death itself for just a moment. And then continue your turn as you please.
Yeah, on the way, item interaction, she's going to pull out the postulant's blood and just call out to everyone else, this can heal. She's not going to, can't use it, of course, from a distance.
If you toss
But if
it,
anyone wanted to grab it from her,
if you toss it, you would recognize that the lichen on the ground is soft enough that it will not cause it to break. So you could toss it towards Rex if you want to. It'd be a free action to do so.
yeah, she'll toss it towards Rex.
Okay.
The postulant's blood. And with her action, she's going to cast Spare the Dying.
On Saywin?
On,
Perfect. So
yes,
stabilized.
down.
Should be able to. Why is it not letting me? There we go.
And I think that's it. She doesn't need to get a new weapon out with a bonus action, so it's done.
Cool. It'll go to this one, who is going to shock on Orlok again. That's going to
Ouch.
hit on the nose, I think. Yeah. All right. For 8 points of damage. Any reactions? I think you already spent your last, right? Yep.
I am out of Stone's endurance.
Okay. That is it for that. It will then go to, you see, kind of manifesting in the air, where the where the why did that happen? There, where the heavenly princess was, it kind of manifests and then slowly turns around, facing the other direction. Kind of looks about, and then it'll kind of hover this way towards Orlok. And it will use its bonus action to consume life. Go ahead and make a con saving throw,
What's a
Orlok.
con save
DC 10.
on it? Oh!
Remember, you have inspiration too.
Roll.
You have inspiration, you can re-roll it if you want.
Oh, wait, you're giving me inspiration?
Do you not have heroic
You start out
inspiration?
with
Yeah, everybody starts with heroic inspiration.
Oh, if I start with it, then yes,
Yeah,
I'll absolutely
yeah.
spend it and not freaking die right here.
Cool.
Rolling again.
Oh no.
Does not.
Not so good.
Absolutely doomed.
Sorry.
Okay, you go to 0 hit points. And The wisp will recover hit points.
I regret not continuing to Nova. I should have shot it. Oh, that's all the damage I've done.
Well, the one that you've been fighting, it's not the one consuming. It's the one that was fighting the knights and then chased after Raccoon and then realized Raccoon's a little out of touch because she went over that way and migrated over to you to pound on you with its friend. Okay, so it'll go to Saywin, who is stable, so no death saving throw. That'll be your turn. Just go ahead and click end it. And then Rex, you have a dose of Postulant's Blood, which I am certain requires an action to consume. Let me double check.
It does, yeah. 5 hit points requires an action.
Your action will be pouring it into Saywin's mouth if you wish. You can do so as your action. Adam.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually look at Raccoon and I'm just gonna be like, can you help him?
That's the blood. That she just tossed the blood to you. It basically said, pours it.
Am I able to respond?
Yeah.
I can't heal. That's it. That bottle.
Alright. And I'm just gonna administer it. I was actually gonna go over to assist Orlock, but this is probably for the best. We'll have more strength
Well,
this way.
the damage is
So
coming
I'm
from the
administering.
spellcasters, to be sure. So yeah, it's definitely a weird game we're playing. But yeah, 5 hit points back on Saywin. That's your action. You still have your movement, Rex, if you'd like to head over in that direction now. 35 movement.
And each block is 5.
There's 6. Yeah, you can get right next to Orlog.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then, did you heal yourself, Steve?
How much?
5.
5.
And then, Orlok, death saving throw.
Yep.
One failure.
God, stop.
Rex. Or not. I did it backwards. I got my giant kin mixed up. Sorry. I said the wrong person for the wrong time. Moving to the next initiative, it will be Raccoon. The one that looks more wounded is the one that's kind of brighter colored, and the other one looks less damaged. In fact, not damaged at all.
Yeah, I'm still worried about Orlok though. I don't have any healing, so the best that she can do is stabilize. She needs to be 15 to do that.
I'll be honest with you. If you have spell casting like that makes saving throws the prerequisite for damage, that's probably the best bet against these creatures.
She doesn't. I was building her for support rather than damage.
Gotcha.
She's not a big boom. Warlock.
Well, it's really
Wait,
close to
start
being
dying.
dead.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
if that changes anything, it's like very close to being destroyed. It's up to you whether you want to do it that way or go and stabilize Orlok. I will let you know. There was only supposed to be one of these creatures here, but because of somebody's presence in this group, there are 2.
Dark Mark.
Dark Mark.
Yeah,
Mark.
that 19 AC though is
Very high.
really hard to hit, yeah. And that's all she's got is AC attacks. So I think the priority is on keeping the party alive as best she can.
Dope.
It'll be another spare the dying, this time on Orlok.
Got it.
And this time I remember to target someone, so maybe it'll
Nailed it.
work properly.
Also, don't forget if you've still got movement, you can still technically move away to create some distance as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was only
So
10
you don't
feet.
get soul sucked out.
They have a flight of 50 speed, so they're going to catch you. They're going to harangue you no matter what, but
Oh, shit. Okay.
it's not a
alright.
bad idea to stay close to the fighter if you can, since it'll have to split the attacks, or they'll have to move and get attacked by your one Goliath to be able to harangue you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll recently revived Saywin. And yeah, call it there.
Okay. 1, 2. So this one will vanish and move. This one will shock on Rex.
Okay.
The dice want you dead.
That's gonna be a miss.
19 is a miss.
Yep, my armor class is 20.
Why is it saying it's 19? Oh, it's saying
I've
it's
got
14.
defense.
Hold on.
What the hell?
Inventory. The split armor is not equipped. There it
Oh,
goes.
why isn't it quick?
Yeah, it probably got changed because I renamed it, so that might have done it. No worries, no worries. It's a miss.
Yeah.
You're right. So the lightning dances across you, enters into the loam beneath you. No issues. That is it for the wisps. It'll go to Saywin. You are prone, but you are conscious. You can now use your bonus action to focus or second wind. Get some hit points back in you.
Alright. The one that was more damage is the one that vanished.
Correct.
Okay.
And more than likely is closer to Raccoon and you.
You're
I'm
I'm
not.
not going to say that it is, 'cause I don't know, but
You're not stupid, but you are reading between the lines. You are definitely seeing the simple essence of these things. Kill the wizards.
Okay. So I'm gonna get up. Is ready in action still a thing?
Yeah.
I'll kind of interpose myself between Raccoon and the fray. I'm gonna ready an action to attack the brighter one that the wizards were pounding into earlier.
Yes.
That was the damaged one. And then bonus action, or second wind is bonus action?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so we'll bonus action second one.
Dope. Now, obviously, this is a hard fight with just one of them. It's a much harder fight with two of them. You guys are doing exceptionally well so far. I want to make sure that it does look like you are on dire straits, but honestly, it could have gone a lot worse. I didn't hit with a lot of those shock attacks, which is depressing.
I don't know if I healed your thing back. So
No, I have to apply it. Just go ahead and manually add it, though. You know how to, right?
yeah, I
I think
healed
I
one.
prefer the shocks and the 50-50 kill. But that's just me.
It's not 50-50. Constitution saving throw. So, Orlok has a decent con.
Yeah.
So does Saywin, even though.
Yeah, I should have luck pointed it. I honestly forgot, didn't read the full description of Consume Life.
There's also lots of rerolls. Yeah. Okay, Orlok, death saving throw. Oh, right, no, you're stabilized. Nothing. Just end your turn. Rex.
I'm attacking that Will-O-Wisp again. I've got to get his attention on me.
Whatever. Let's see it.
That is a miss, and I'm going to action search and do it again.
Okay.
The situation is getting kind of dangerous. We need to hit it.
That'll work. Go ahead and roll damage.
Do I need to roll damage since I've got a silver sword, or
Yes.
okay?
In the chat, click the word damage.
Oh, I hit attack. That's why. Okay. Making sure I've got it targeted still.
Mm-hmm.
So I click damage and nothing's happening.
In the chat, click the word damage in the pop-up for it. It's over in the chat.
I did.
And then there should be a pop-up
No,
that says critical or normal, and then you click normal.
Nothing's happening.
That's really weird.
Hold on. I think I see what's happening. I have profile popped out, and I think that's why it's doing it. There we go.
Example.
Okay. And that's critical because I got that's normal.
Normal.
Okay.
Okay, 12 damage.
Big money.
This will apply direct. What that means is the creature has resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from all damage, magical weapon or otherwise, unless the weapon that's damaging it is a silver weapon. So you deal your damage true. It does
Excellent.
It does not bloody this one, but it is definitely the most damage that has been dealt to it, period. Ending your turn.
Yes, sir.
Raccoon.
Yeah. So the one that was weaker has disappeared.
Yes.
Hasn't reappeared yet. Yeah, I
Is
think at
this
this
the
point
point?
it will just be a... Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I have Alchemist Fire and Acid on my body, both of which deal damage types that may not be blocked, if I understand correctly, because Fire and Acid should go through straight. If you want to get to my body and use those, that might be a way to get the last damage in.
Yeah. I'm thinking with her bonus action, John, she's going to swap out the longbow, spend a bonus action to effectively resummon a new packed weapon, this time a greatsword.
Okay.
And with her action, she's going to ready her action for the reappearance of the other one and take a swing.
Got it. Okay. Ending
Very
your turn.
nice idea.
Yeah, I'm just adding the greatsword to my inventory. I'll set it up.
Like a looming kind of just twist of like the fairy lights that are floating about. You see the golden radiance appear before the two of you. Reactions. I need Saywin and I need Raccoon's melee attacks against the creature. It will then use its bonus action to consume life on Raccoon if it lives.
Yeah, feel free to take yours first. I still have to set up the weapon for
Alright.
as a packed
Because
weapon.
their AC so high, I'll pop a luck point for this swing.
Advantage. Go for it.
Fuck it up.
That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Destroy it.
And you're using a normal weapon, not a silver one, right?
Yeah, it's just mastercrafted. I'll savage attacker.
Yes.
A little bit better. But what I really
let's
want
go.
to do is I'm gonna giant say Vela and invoke the flaming shackles on it. Fire should be more effective.
Does that do extra damage? Because I'll let you
Yes,
know that
it,
you chatted it. I think I applied the damage to the wrong one though. Hold on.
Oh.
+4.
Chatted it. Oh,
This one here took 4. And yeah, you chatted it. So does the fire do any extra damage? And do I save against it or no?
yeah. Well, I believe so.
If the damage is dealt, I take 1 damage. It doesn't matter. I'm
There you
dead.
go.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. In addition, you hit a target with an attack with a weapon. You can invoke the rune and zone for your shackles. The target takes extra d6. Yep, it's dead. So when you hit it, it kind of poofs out, and it's just like sparkles of green light, kind of just raining upon the two of you.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to use that ability, but I'm scared.
Raccoon, your readied action, the reaction would happen, but the trigger, obviously, the target isn't present. So you swipe it the air,
Yeah.
the two of you kind of swipe it crossing, and you can see Saywin's strike is true. Next up then would be the other one, who is going to shock against Rex.
Okay. Oh.
Oh no.
Does anybody have a luck point still?
Can I luck point?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'll luck point disadvantage that.
So I'll roll it normal a second time.
Well, thank you.
Perfection. So it's a true miss. And it seems to actually cause itself to kind of come to a position that's perfect for swinging for Rex. During Rex's next turn, you'll have advantage on your attack roll against it. Saywin.
All right. Go help the boys.
That'll miss.
Oh, All right. That'll be
It'll go to Orlok. You're stable and unconscious. It'll go to Rex.
Okay.
But
Swing.
the important part, Sam, is you're not dead. And that's super important. You got to take the wins where you get them, you know? Let's see it, Rex. That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, savage attacker. Everybody's got it for sure.
Hey.
Yeah, we love
Woof.
those.
The creature's still alive, but greatly wounded, and you see ectoplasm kind of splatter onto the ground.
Oh,
All
let me
right.
in turn. Sorry.
Raccoon?
Gonna step a little bit closer, so if it does go for me, it'll be within 30 feet of everyone else, so they can stack up on it and beat it up. While moving, go back to the longbow, so that'll be a fresh summon, so a fresh new full hit point longbow, and take a shot.
Miss?
Yeah, damn.
It'll go to the Will-O-Wisp, who will consume life, targeting Rex. Go ahead and make a con saving throw.
On save. Gotcha. All right.
Success. It will then vanish from sight.
Yes.
You feel Saywin as you're fighting it, and it vanishes, like it's kind of like moving towards you, and then it disappears from sight, and you feel this very strange, like cool embrace, like this feeling of like darkness. You felt this before. You felt this in the passing from your death to the place where you were marked. When you like first started your character, the reason why a reroll is allowed is the very first version of you died, and the second version of you was slightly better. So you feel that slight just change of temperature, that darkness kind of flow past you,
Ooh.
and it'll end its turn. Saywin.
Keep
All
fighting.
right. I'm gonna go right here, and I'll do the same thing. I'll ready an action to take a swing at it.
Yeah, you
It
gotta
reappears.
look at Raccoon as this tactic has worked before, and like kind of like solemn nods between the two of you as you realize it's probably going to appear right between you. End your turn. Orlok. Rex.
All right. One sec. I'm gonna ready an action.
You want to move up? It seems that it's going to go for Raccoon, is what everybody believes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like right here,
Yeah.
I guess. And I'm going to just ready an action to attack when it appears.
Okay. Raccoon.
Yeah, same, basically. Back to the great sword. The mirror's going from the bow shape into just a
Yeah.
large flat plane, basically.
I imagine like she's
And
holding it kind of like in the arcane energy of the bow, and the mirrors are kind of like floating out from it. And she shifts her hand down, and all the mirrors kind of form the blade, and like the energy kind of forms around it. Is that fair to say?
yeah, so from holding the center of the bow to holding the tip of the bow, and then it changes
Yeah,
into the great sword. That sounds cool.
that's awesome.
But yeah,
Okay.
ending turn and waiting for a reaction.
You would feel during this next turn that same kind of presence that you felt when you ran past it or where it was, and you're the only one who will be able to perform a reaction on it because it is appearing behind you. Go ahead and make your great sword attack. That'll miss. Oh wait, Your charisma modifier is a +3. There's no proficiency, but don't you gain proficiency on a packed weapon?
I should do, yeah. I thought I set it up correctly, but I guess the proficiency didn't carry over.
Huh. And there's
But
no,
yeah, she's got 16
so it'd be 18
for
with
charisma, so
proficiency.
yeah,
So miss by
yeah,
one.
so still not enough for the 19.
So
Yeah.
close. Okay. So yeah, it'll appear. You kind of wildly swing at it as it kind of manifests, and then darts aside, and then shocks straight down into you. Actually, nope, not shocking. Just consuming life. Go ahead and make a con saving throw.
Not my forte. Where do I?
On the character or on the thing at the bottom, if you click Save Skills Tools, it'll pop up a big list, and then the save should be kind of closer to the top. It should say Check Save. If you click Save, it'll roll it.
Okay, yeah, so right above the character portrait. Got
Yeah.
it. Uh, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oof.
So you see it kind
Heroic
of.
inspiration as well.
Yeah, you can use Heroic Inspiration if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that. Thank you for the pickup there, Sam.
For sure. Not that it did much. Sorry.
Didn't help, but
So that
Good
will
shout.
reduce you down to 0
It's
hit
worth a try.
points. And we will recover some hit points for me. Not the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Saywin.
Alrighty.
You guys are doing great, by the way. No joke. These things,
Appreciate
one of them
that.
would have been a fight for you, like, genuinely. The fact that you're tangling the two and not all obliterated with no healing. Don't forget focus, though, by the way.
Sorry. Warlock's down. We don't have any way to actually give him hit point. Don't
No.
think.
Unless
He's
you have a
unconscious,
potion.
but he's not dead.
Okay. All I have is so much rope. Alright. Just use the resources we have.
Yes.
Spend another luck point, give myself advantage.
Go with it.
The way we're getting out of this is to kill him.
That'll miss.
Now.
At least you didn't break your weapon.
I guess action surge, try again.
Yeah. That'll hit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Savage attacker. Might as well try for it.
Yeah. Take those. We get to always take the better one, right?
Yes. That'll re-bloody it. Say when done. Or lock up. This is the fourth turn
Yep.
or fifth turn that you've been unconscious.
I think 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Pass.
Rex.
I am going to try to seal its fate.
Let's see it.
Please do.
I think everyone would be
That
okay
would
with that.
Be nice. I think everyone would be. No worries about stolen glory here.
Right. It's gonna miss.
Fuck.
Yeah. Raccoon.
Alright.
Death save.
You just click the big skull. Yeah, you got it. One failure.
That's one down.
And then it'll go to it. It just used consume life, so I'm going to target Saywin, I guess? No, this is the same one that was fighting Saywin before. So yeah, shock. On Saywin.
Yeah.
That'll miss. It will conclude its turn. and you are up, Saywin.
All right.
That'll work.
Yeah.
See that damage? And don't forget Savage
Come
Attack.
on.
Yeah, Savage Attacker will probably not do it, but we'll see it. +1 damage is +1 damage. We'll take it where we can get it. Nope. So just the 5 on the half product. Okay, it's pretty much back to where it was before it consumed Raccoon. Erasmus down, goes to Rex.
I am going to slicey slice.
Let's see it.
Do I need to target? Yeah, okay, I don't. It's already targeted. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, you guys chose one of the harder ones around the area. That'll hit. This could be big. Go ahead and roll damage.
You got
Be
this.
it. Bring it down, Rexolus.
Reroll it for Savage Attacker.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll take the
first one.
first.
Yeah. That'll do exactly the amount of damage that's required to kill it.
Yes! Okay.
So as you kind of slash through the air with the silver sword, you would see that the blade, when it connects with it, instead of causing it to turn to motes of energy, causes the whole thing to erupt in silver fire and like fall to the ground in ash, like small bits of ash that fall to the ground in and around the area near Raccoon. We're still with a dying ally here, and there's a potentiality for death here. So we're going to go ahead and continue in the initiative order until that is rectified. Erasmus, it's your death saving throw. Go ahead and let's see it. If you roll a
I'm gonna
1,
turn real quick.
yep.
Okay, you got it.
If you do roll a 1, you will die for.
Yeah. Yep. I'm aware of that.
I like mentioning things when they require like a huge level of gravity. Natural 20. You got 1 hit point. You got 1 hit point. You got 1 hit point. Could roll the opposite.
No one keeps the princess down.
Nobody can keep the princess down. That's the first natural 20 we've seen on a death saving throw, so we'd love to see it. Stabilized Orlock, so we do not need to continue with the combat. The initiative is concluded. If we are waiting, obviously short rests aren't really a thing that we do, but in this very unique circumstance, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to allow a short rest, because I don't think you guys are going to continue the quest as it's expected, based on not knowing how that works, and also what just happened. We're not ending here. By no stretch of the imagination is that the case, but if you're resting, taking an hour to kind of just like figure it out, feel free to go ahead and spend hit dice as if you've taken a short rest and regain assets as such. Change the music back to something a little bit more melodramatic, but not as evil. Also, real quick ad break while you guys are doing your stuff. So we received opportunity to do stuff for Describe. Yeah, I know we weren't expecting an ad break, but they have this program called Opus. It's an application. It's also able to be added as a module for Foundry. The music that we've been listening to so far has been pulled from Opus. It's basically a repository for all sorts of cool, like D&D or fantasy or sci-fi or whatever, music, art assets, and looks like descriptive text written by real writers. None of it's AI generated, from what I can tell. There's some artists that I was already paying, like in the past, like for stock art, that are in there, which is great. So now I don't have to buy them all individually. I can just kind of piecemeal through their stuff. And then the music is, as you can hear so far, very cool and unique and awesome. But yeah, check out Opus. It's on Describe, DSCRYB. But yeah, ad read done. So sorry, everybody. I feel like a whore every time I do it, but I do enjoy the opportunities. Everybody back up to full as best you can be anyways under the circumstances. I'm so sorry, everybody. I mean, you guys said Magic Blade. I'm like,
we're good.
I was like, okay.
We're fighters and warlocks. We love a short rest.
It's not technically a unique monster, so I do have to add up one, don't I? And we have a dark mark, so I mean, I'm just following the rules. I would have killed all 4 of you and not batted a fucking eye. I'm sad I didn't. Should have done it.
So I'm going to remember that I have a feature that I can cast False Life for free. I probably should have done before the fight.
100%. Agreed. That's a good one.
Oh, she's absolutely casting it now.
So during your short
Um,
rest, some of
I
you
don't
are
know how
obviously.
to.
Oh, go ahead. Target yourself and then click the false life spell, and then it should allow you to put in a maximum modifier for it. And then you'll hit that, and then it'll go to healing like it would for any other healing spell in the game. And then I'll just apply it to your sheet. Or if you can figure out what the amount is, go to your character sheet, like the actual sheet, and just to the. Oh, you already got it. You already got it. Fucking yak it.
Yeah, the warlock invocation lets you just take the max. You don't have to roll it all.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just type
And
it in the
if I
temp set.
cast it from my sheet,
Perfect.
it'll reduce my spell slots. But this is one I can cast for free, so I just sort of did it manually. But wanted to
Awesome.
make sure that I articulated why that had happened, and you weren't scratching your head as to. This
And I went on this whole
12
blathering about
temporary
the
hit points.
mechanics. Yeah, no, you did it the easiest and the best and the right way. Thank you. And I will assume you'll have those as long as we're not in a fight and you haven't cast it in the fight. Cool. Orlok, you're alive again. That's pretty rad. How does it feel? I'm so sorry.
I think
Sam.
Orlok, like, I think he spent that time being lectured to by these people he doesn't know who claim to be his family and getting told everything that he did wrong for like the past, entire lifetime, where they're like, okay, we only have a little bit, so listen carefully, and it's just 5 people all lecturing him at once. So yeah, that's what was happening, and he comes back and he's like, oh, it's quiet.
Baby, keep it down.
That's funny. But yeah, it is very quiet. Regarding your question during the midst of the fight that you were considering and checking into, you would note that ectoplasm doesn't remain very long in the material world unless it's very quickly harvested. Basically, it very much just becomes like a stain or a remnant. So to kind of get ectoplasm, you have to have a ghost that you're not milking, but effectively harvesting for its ectoplasm.
Gotcha. And you would need specialized equipment that we do not have.
No, not terribly.
Smart.
Like you could do it pretty easily, like with a blade and vials. But yeah, it's having it while it's alive is the thing. Be very hard to manifest it outside, and you definitely aren't harvesting any from the one that Rex skewered with the silver sword, because every part of its essence turned it to ash.
Gotcha. So is there a chance with the other one though, and I can roll like maybe
No.
a nature check to try and? No. Okay.
It's yeah.
So Rex is just like during the rest, just giving like his appropriate, like his due praises to everyone for being resilient in the battle. Just trying to encourage everyone to continue and to rest, and we'll continue.
So, I leave the table open to you. You're in this location. I've explained what's available here for you to explore and investigate. I'll be the environment, and I'll be quiet until you come up with something you want to do here.
Do we have any confident swimmers who want to see if there's anything in the pool?
The pool is a font of death. I feel like swimming to the bottom is swimming closer to the death. It'd be risky.
This is likely not a good idea, indeed. But
We could
around
have
the
a rope.
pool, we can always explore.
We can make a lifeline.
Or a tow line to retrieve your corpse.
Exactly.
I love how it's a pool of death. We can make a lifeline. Lifeline.
Got it.
Go in. Alive. No, so it doesn't seem like the water is corrupted. It just seems like there's something underneath that is imbuing kind of necromantic energy outwards.
Look,
I
if
don't even want to touch it.
I'm out of curiosity, so if I tie myself off, will you guys be yanking me out? If I give it a tug.
I mean,
We
you
can
could
do
do it or I could. I'm not opposed to either. I will say that I took the least damage in the fight.
I'm back to full and I have all my resources after that rest, so
Oh, right.
uh,
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'm good either way.
So what I'm going to tell you.
Before we jump in, is it worth maybe investigating this ruin with writing on it that might give us some hint as to what's down there and what to expect? Like, I'm not
Yeah, it's probably
stopping you, and we'll absolutely stand on the sidelines while someone else pulls you up, gesturing to her noodle arms. But we do have this ruin that has yet to be investigated. Is there anything I can glean from that? Would that be investigation? Would that be history? Would that be religion?
So neither.
What do you want, John?
Basically, what you're looking at here, these strange, like, glyph-marked structures, they appear to have been connected to something much larger at some point, something that was here and is no longer. The ruins of it, presumably buried underneath the lichen and the moss and the like. The writing that's on it doesn't appear to be something that you have as a trained language from what I can see on your character sheet. It looks.
It's not written in sign language?
It's not written in sign language. Uh, the marker here, it seems to be like, from what you can tell just based on the styling, it seems to be like a grave site, like a tomb, like stone.
And can't read the writing, so wouldn't be able to determine who this might be a grave of. Am I able to just pull out an ink pen
Yes.
and her paper and just sort of copy as best she can the writing?
Yeah, and if you want to put that as
So,
an add-on, just put Magical Glade Tombstone Writing.
okay.
I have comprehend languages as a ritual. With that, I believe that lets me read written writing. So unless it's like a name or a location or something specific, I might.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna ritual cast it. Take my 10 minutes.
Dope. If you're gonna cast that, yeah, you're gonna spend 10 more minutes hanging around, and after 10 minutes, maybe more Will-O-Wisp show. Who knows? We'll fucking figure it out. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm fucking doing a bit. We're not
For encounter.
roll for encounter. No, 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 no.
Years.
So, you ritual cast. While that's happening, Saywin, and that's a lot. That's a bit more than I think it. Okay, so that's a bit more than I think we need for comprehend languages. But while Orlok is doing that, what are the other three of you doing?
I'm working on making a quote unquote lifeline.
Yes, right. And Saywin's getting ready. Now, Saywin, you're in full armor, full plate. And I don't know if you've ever swam in full plate armor, but obviously it's going to pose some problems. You'll obviously have
Well, that's why I have a lifeline.
you'll obviously have disadvantage for movement if you are going to swim, and you'll be at a much slower pace in swimming. And you'll basically just
Can I,
say
in the 10 minutes that he's ritual casting, can I, like, derobe?
it takes 8 minutes for you to don or doff full plate armor. So yeah,
Okay,
absolutely
cool. And
fine.
I've got a really sweet rope for you to use, too. I got this rope of climbing, which we're not climbing, but it's still a magical rope.
Sure. Yeah, you can use the rope of climbing.
All right. So
Okay.
we tie one Rex
Do
around
you-
around Rex and
do
one
you-
around me.
You kind of finish a few minutes early compared to the ritual. Do you wait a few moments to like figure out if there's like the sign says "Don't go in here, you idiot. It's really bad," or do you just fucking dive in?
No. We wait to see.
Okay. We're
Yeah,
all
just
we're all
because it
watching.
says
Raccoon
Pool of death.
Raccoon has written it down and is basically showing it to Orlok so that Orlok doesn't have to, because like Raccoon kind of probably moved onto the surface, very quickly checked it, looked at it, and wrote down everything, and then brought it back to Orlok. And Orlok sitting there, ritual casting, finishes the spell, boom, and it reads, "The site of Gavriel's fall. The broken angel lies beneath."
Oh,
And
that's
I'm gonna type the name.
it's an angel. That's only good.
I'm gonna type the name in the chat so that we have that as a thing that we now know. Gabriel.
In Discord.
Yes, sorry. I figure that's where most.
Well, you know its name. Can ask it if maybe you could tone down the will-o-wisps next time.
Perhaps they were guardians.
Yeah, death isn't
no
really
deal.
my area of expertise. I'm supervising this endeavor.
All right, Saywin.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are you going in?
Yeah, let's dive.
Oh,
Dive down.
actually, one thing that you can do before they dive down, using the greatsword incarnation of her packed weapon, sort of driving it at an angle into the ground, sort of in the same way you would a tent peg to provide like an anchor to tie the rope off onto.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a good point.
you've also
I was
got the
thinking about doing something like that too.
block. You got the blocks as well. You could use those as well. There's plenty of heavy stuff, but the sword's also really rad, so we'll do that.
Yeah, and the
Really
magic
cool.
part of the magic rope is that if it knots to something, it, like I'm pretty sure means it can't be
unknotted, right?
unknotted.
Yep.
Neat.
And you're diving in. That's a thing that's happening,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
I'm going to the length of the rope if it's that deep.
It is deeper, but the length of the rope will allow you to see things. So bear with me here while I get this situated.
That's to be a
Configure.
biblically accurate angel.
No. Okay, say when you descend. The first 30 or 40 feet, it's kind of dark. There seems to be a decent amount of sediment kind of present, but you kind of breach through this area, and then the light seems to kind of come down in beams through that. And past that point, as you come down to the tether of your rope, and I'll move everybody. Actually, I'll just make this scene visible for all without token placement. That's probably smart. Uh-huh. And then activate scene. You descend down the water, and you would see directly below you, about another 100 or so feet, a gargantuan, a titan of a thing. Appears to be bones with armor and wings. The feathers kind of linger in the water, slowly moving as if by some unseen current or wind beneath you. You'd also see that the space beneath you seems to open up very massively into a very large cavern with a number of, like, probably a dozen or so holes on its southern side and on the surrounding space, but most of the holes are coming from the south. And it seems like that current, as you look at it, is kind of coming from a southerly direction.
Ooh, okay. The feathers are they kind of just swirling beneath me, or do any of them kind of?
They're all grounded and connected or flat to the ground. It seems like the feathers, due to their size, are massive enough that they're not being kind of caught up in the wind. It's just that they're being brushed and the bristles are kind of moving in the water current.
Okay, there's nothing. Yeah, I can't reach anything. I'll kind of take a quick survey, a mental note, and then I'll like tug the rope twice
Okay.
to get pulled up.
I'll start pulling them up.
As you are being pulled up, you can see that there are fish kind of floating about here. And the more you look at it, the bottom of the ground doesn't look like something that should be at the bottom of a pond in the middle of a forest. It almost looks like some sort of like coastal or sea kind of space. And since you kind of went of your own accord here, when you come back up, you'll notice that there's like a salty taste to your lips. If you've ever gone swimming in the ocean, which I'm sure you have, you kind of have a lingering like briny taste to the water that you were just in.
That was strange. I thought it was just a freshwater pond, but it's almost like I was under the ocean. Oh, and there's a massive angel cadaver down there, but Salt water. Strange.
As
Interesting.
Yeah. Uh,
real quick,
the mention of it being salt water.
sorry,
Sorry, go on.
apologies, real quick. I have to take a bio break real quick. I forgot to do so in between sessions, so I'm gonna step away for a second. Feel free to keep role playing, and I'll just ask for a synopsis when I get back. I'll be right back. There's gotta be.
Yeah, so a gigantic angel at the bottom of this lake. Most
Yeah.
unusual.
It's too long that it almost seems like it shouldn't fit for like a pond of this size.
And he said the water
Perhaps it
was
was there before the
salty.
pond formed.
What if
Yeah,
we're
it's like-
not in the same place anymore? Like, what if we're
Yeah.
in some sort of portal zone, like the Feywild?
The glade did fill off when we entered it. Did anyone else feel that?
It certainly felt off. I can't put my finger on what it is, but it certainly felt off. But now that you're saying that, it does make some sense.
I just thought
Was
someone
there
was playing the
anything?
pyramid.
Was there anything at the bottom, this creature that you found down there? Anything that might account for the shape of the moon on the water's surface? Do you think?
Didn't really see any moon iconography really stood out to me.
I was thinking maybe the wings, like if the curved wings sort of form the shape of a moon.
They
Or if
just
that's
look
something else.
like wings on an eagle or something. I'm not familiar with a lot of this kind of celestial and magical type stuff. Not really where my education was.
But it was safe otherwise. There weren't monsters or poisons or any. You were safe?
Yeah, relatively well, besides not being able to breathe, but no, there was nothing kind of came out to look at me or attack me or anything. I did feel a small current kind of pulling bottom south portion of this tomb, but it was far beneath me, probably about another 50 feet beyond my rope, which I think is 60 feet. So it's like 110, 120 feet deep pool.
So quite a bit below,
Yeah, without
beyond
a
our
means
reach for
to
this time.
breathe. Yeah, a means to breathe water. I don't know. I could traverse it.
Sure, someone could
So-
provide a spell for that, but obviously not this trip.
Yeah, Raccoon's gonna go digging through her sleeves and she's gonna pull out like 50 feet of rope.
You want to try to get all the way to the bottom?
If you want to risk it. But she does have her own, like, just ordinary, general rope item.
Well, the issue is going to become if I can hold my breath that long.
Yeah. And yeah, she doesn't have any way of giving you underwater breathing.
I can't remember. Constitution, I believe, is what determines your being able to hold
Yes.
your breath. I can't remember like the actual calculation.
It's like a
No,
number of
nothing high.
minutes equal to your con score, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look it up though.
On score or con modifier?
I feel like
I
it's
think
score, but
I
It's
think
like
it's your modifier itself.
because humans can't do 20 minutes of breathing.
yeah, because I remember reading it, not in D&D 2024, just in 5e, and it just seemed absurd to me how long the time actually was, so that's why I'm leaning towards score, but you guys are probably right. I've got the player's handbook open though. See if I can
Like,
find it.
you've got 2, and that's 2 minutes, and then if you turn on like an actual tracker, you can move like your movement speed. It's like 20 turns or something.
Yeah.
So it
'cause it's
actually
like
ends
6
up being a
seconds per
lot.
turn.
Yeah, exactly. So it ends up being a lot.
If we if we got Raccoon down there, could Raccoon draw the angel?
It's ordinary ink and paper.
Right, you'd have to like take a mental picture and come back up before you could do any drawing, but like, is
Yeah,
that
it's
a thing?
pretty.
Sorry.
Water's really clear.
Yes. The water is very clear. What was the question?
We were seeing if Raccoon wants to go down, get a mental photo, and then be able to sketch
Oh,
the
hey,
angel so we can show other people.
hey, Zach, in the chat. I just went to use the restroom and he. We'll take you in the chat. That's a really weird time to jump in. Okay, sorry. It is very clear, but it does look like about 20 or 30 feet down, as I mentioned, there's like this kind of sediment that's present. The other thing you'll note if you're kind of investigating the area, and I didn't know if anybody did this already, but the water at the top is fresh water.
Yeah, that was going to be my question: is to test the water from someone outside the pond to see if it's salty or not.
It is not. So,
All right, yeah. If we want to send Raccoon down, I can also cast Expeditious Retreat on myself to double my movement speed.
Yeah.
Which will make it easier to swim down and swim up. She's gonna absolutely hate the idea, just in character hate it. She had to go swimming in her last adventure, and that was the whole reason why she swapped out one of her cantrips for prestidigitation so she could dry herself off. So she's gonna stamp her hooves and swish her tail. But if you really wanted to, she will. But she's gonna be a salty bitch about it.
Literally, because it's ocean water down
It's also
there.
going to be a exactly. I was just about to say.
Yeah, I'd
Beat
rather
me to it.
dealing with some sort of weird portal or an underground estuary. I think that's what they're called when a
so
freshwater meets saltwater.
another good point of order is, again, I know you folks are poor comparatively, and you just defeated another creature that doesn't have any treasure or loot on it. But yeah, there are caps of water breathing for sale by Kenji back at the camp.
For how much?
Moving you to that map, and in the bottom left corner, we got our boy Kenji icon in the bottom left. If you double click him, caps of water breathing are 400 gold apiece.
400.
I don't even have 4.
Let alone 400.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
Raccoon's sitting on 200, plus whatever is left over, John, after making all the jewelry and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that would be, and you haven't seen the list of items, so it's hard to calculate. So
I would say that
200 to put towards the endeavor.
probably not super sufficient. However, if you want, you can, since it's not terribly far away, you could migrate back to the Manor Fort and you could talk with Kenji, possibly come to a conclusion or a circumstance they're in. Or if you want to swim down there without a cap of water breathing, that's also an option. You can also go back to the main map and move around because we are in free roam still. So it's up to you however you want to do it. It's fair game. We've got about 40 minutes left, so whatever you want to do.
I think at this point, probably just dive in.
Okay.
Salmon didn't seem like he was short of breath when he came back up,
No.
but he did have the benefit of just sinking down to the length of the rope and not needing to actually swim down there.
Oh no, I just swam because I'm in my skivvies. I'm not wearing any armor.
All
right.
right. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So John, to prepare for the event, she's gonna doff most of her robes, leaving her undergarments. Of course, she's not stripping completely naked.
Right.
Just purely for the sake of not wanting to get it ruined.
Saywen
in the
still
water.
averts his eyes
Um,
and not look upon a lady.
I would say that those who kind of catch a glimpse of her would notice that there's a very stark contrast between, because again, her hands and like tail showing, it's not too much of a disparity, but there's a very stark difference between the makeup of her face and like the tone of her skin beneath the robes, right? but you're perverts and you shouldn't be looking at her. Uh, but after that,
there's also the like the goat legs as
uh-huh,
well
yeah,
to
goat legs
consider.
are also present there as well.
No, Rex averted his eyes. He's a gentleman.
It's,
Yeah, there's no.
some people are
It's
into
only
it.
hairy like around the hooves. The actual legs themselves are like smooth skin. Um, but yeah, so she's going to mostly disrobe. She's going to precast Armor of Agathis,
Okay.
which doesn't require concentration and
Yeah.
does last for a full hour. And then on top of that, with concentration, she's going to cast Expeditious Retreat
Okay.
on herself, so she
And
can
then
move faster if needed.
you wish to descend down, right?
Yeah, the idea is to do pretty much exactly what Seowyn did.
And you're not going to have
And
a rope tied to you?
Tied an, we tied an additional 50 feet to the rope of climbing.
150. So that won't even get you down to the angel, just as a heads up.
Sorry,
It's
my
basically
calculations
as
are off.
she's
100 feet down,
Another feet.
30 feet down to the silt level, 100 feet down to where Seowyn got, which is basically at the top of this massive open cavern that appears to be filled with sea matter, or ocean matter. And then about 100 feet below where Seowyn was is the angel. And then maybe another, whatever the distance of this would be. Let's take a look. Measure, boom. So the 100 and about 200 feet to get to the cave walls on the southern side. And then there's like smaller little holes on the northern, western, and eastern walls of this larger cavern.
Is there a light source down here, or is it just from above?
From
Like
above.
what's filtering in?
Yeah, we're getting that weird moonlight that's coming from above.
Okay, so the initial goal was just to study what she's seeing down here so she can sketch it and draw it
Okay.
out when she gets back up. Hitting the end of the rope, is there anything on like the cavern walls that she can reach?
No, unfortunately, because again, you're 150 feet is what you got, so you'd basically be floating 50 feet in
Oh,
the air, and so you'd be able to kind of like touch
I meant
this.
like
Go ahead.
on the descent before it widens out into this
Oh
large
yeah,
cavern.
absolutely. The column down, basically before it gets to silt, it's mostly just kind of like brackish stone that you'd expect to find in kind of a pond, and then beneath that level, it's more solid stone, almost like there's like a flue or a tunnel that has been kind of constructed or carved by some means. It looks natural in essence, but it definitely has a very kind of unearthly smoothness to it. Like it's perfectly rounded, this tunnel.
Yeah, she would like to try and grab as quickly as she can, understanding that time is of the essence down here. Some form of the stone, like below the salt water line.
Okay.
And if there's any pretty coral within reach,
Yeah,
she'd be
unfortunately, like
aiming to
the
grab.
the ocean part doesn't really start until the bottom. There's nothing on the sides of the inner cave or in the flue. So unfortunately, there isn't anything to kind of snatch up there, I would say. Um, but yeah,
It's another place for her to revisit later.
looking down at it, another thing you would notice, and it's not terribly, I mean, you can kind of tell in this space, but like it looks like most of the growths of coral and other kind of like plant matter, plant-esque matter. I know that it's not really technically a plant, but it seems to be kind of circled around the carcass, and it also seems to be kind of in the bathing of the light from above, almost as if it's like allowed to kind of be present here because of those things.
Okay, so I don't think I'm going to get much more than Seowyn already did in terms of descriptions and whatnot, and there's nothing really within reach unless we can get all the way down. One other question I did have though was pressure. Is there like a distinct pressure change going from the
No,
non-salt water to the salt water?
not really.
And even at the full length of the ropes, there's no
Not so much.
like significant.
No, I mean like it feels like it feels like a bit more I don't know. It feels more claustrophobic inside the large cavern than it does up above in the tunnel, which is weird to say. But you saw how wide the pond was. That course straight down, so there's like plenty of room to move around, right? But inside of this space, like there's at once like a large gravity to it, like it's very open, but at the same time, it also feels like it's all kind of focused in on that one thing in the middle, the angel corpse, dead center.
Yeah. And anything of note about the fish?
No, they look
Just like
like
ordinary saltwater fish.
they are normal, ordinary saltwater fish. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably all I can really do here. She's gonna tug the rope and start swimming up.
Awesome.
We
Back to the
pull up.
top.
And as soon as she exits the water, you notice
Draw.
the mirrors circling around her, gathering what sunlight is filtering in from the gap in the trees above, and just essentially roasting her to dry her off and her clothes.
I rub my eyes.
Yeah, before she puts back on the burgundy and spends probably about as much time as Seowyn does putting his armor back on, putting her robes on, making sure it's all straight and neat and tidy and all the rest of it. She will share what she learned with like the pressure and all the rest of it. Um, and she has brought back the rock. Out of character, John, the reason for grabbing the rock is for scrying magic to try and see if this is actually a different location. Like if someone scries on the location of the rock, whether it points to this pond or whether it points to somewhere else on the map is
Like
the,
here,
the,
you,
is the
you think
goal
there
there.
might be like a dimensional shift here. I got you. Like going
Yeah.
into the pond, it might change to somewhere else. I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, during the role playing, we were thinking that maybe there are like portals within portals in this place, and that was one of our theories. So that may be a way to test it.
Mhm. Okay. So just to be sure, we've got about 30 minutes left. I want to make sure you guys get the most bang for your buck on the free roam. Is there anything that you want to do with the magical pond besides, or do you wish to maneuver to something else?
I was going to pitch going to the stepwell or trying to hit another close, low conflict, low danger sort of area
Love it.
if we can find it.
Let's go beat up some goblins.
Yeah.
So you're going to the stair, is that right? Or you're going to the ancient stepwell. Sorry, is that right?
What's in
The
the ancient
step all the one
stepwell?
with the
The
gate.
I just know that's the closest
The
one.
ancient stepwell is the
the
closest one.
stair is the one with the gate.
Yeah. The stepwell hasn't been
So
investigated yet.
stepwell. Raccoon's
Right.
happy for either, but suggests that we approach cautiously, as the casters might be a little bit low on resources right now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be happy
Stepwell
to continue
or
exploring.
stair? Stair, you know, is going to be a problem because you won't be able to break through unless you have spell levels you can throw away, which stair means you're pretty much blocked by the door. The stepwell hasn't been explored, so you're kind of wandering into unknown territory with it.
Look at this. I built the step well since we don't really
Okay.
have the magical juice.
Going to be a little bit speed racy, but keep up, okay? Here we go. You guys make your way towards the stepwell. As you kind of come and approach this location, there's a large cavity set inside of the stone of the mountain that you are coming up to look down upon. This is what it looks like if you were at ground level of the space. It looks as though an entire like structure of like the innards of like a massive city's like central area have been built inside of this space. And all running along the sides of this wall are steps that go all the way from the top to the very bottom. The descent is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of around 200 feet. And you can see that it looks like there is no lights, no presence that you can tell from this position. However, I would like everybody to go ahead and roll me, and I will illuminate this briefly here. Hold on. Figure, lighting, global illumination. You're approaching from the southern side, so you'd be entering. Looks like here. And I think the scaling's wrong again, so I'll mess with that. Again, these are the closest stuff was the stuff I made first, so it not ideal. Who am I missing? Rex. All right.
Yes, sir.
And I will adjust the I was just missing. I didn't put you on the board, so I was. Okay, so that's what you see, and then everybody can go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Ooh.
All right. So, Rex, you're able to kind of peer out and look at the space. You can see that there's this like structure. It looks like there might be like a door or an access point here. And it looks like there might be some it looks like there's a door probably here, but it also looks like there might be some stuff over this way as well, right? But at this front one, this one at the lowest level, you see sitting right outside of the space, what appears to be an ogre. And on closer inspection, you would notice that the ogre has two heads. And he's just sitting on the steps. Got a
I'll relay that. Yeah.
big old battle axe in either hand.
Oh, this is perfect. We all, like, 75% of us speak giant. You can just, you know, you just parlay.
Yeah, that's an
And
option.
if it goes south,
Just as a way of explaining the low perception roll, Raccoon is just putting the finishing touches on her drawing of the dead angel, and wasn't paying attention and hasn't seen the ogre.
Or the stepwell for that matter. Like, done. And then, oh, this is where we're. Oh.
all right. So are we gonna approach? Votes.
Yeah, I think we can maybe see if you can get some information out of this guy.
Why not? Let's do this. YOLO.
Okay.
Or if you don't have the death mark at least.
When you make your descent and start kind of revealing yourself, are you trying to remain hidden, or are you just trying to make the descent without issue?
I think if we attempt to be deceptive, it's going to look like we're being deceptive, and it's going to put him even more on guard. Agreed?
Yeah, like I'm in play, which I probably still gives disadvantage on stealth, I assume.
Yeah. So if you're making your way down the stepwell, you can see that there are a series of steps that kind of wind down all the way down to the ground level there. So you'll be able to make it down. It's just that they're very narrow steps. So like if you were to try to ascend them quickly or descend them quickly, there's a chance that you might slip and fall, and a tumble on this is probably not great. So you're very cautiously moving down. What you'll notice is that you're making your way down. You're making it down to about this level. The giant off in the distance, which is the second level above waterline for those who are watching at home, the giant stands up and will kind of hold his weapons in like a cross in front of him, watching you. One of the heads is watching you, and the other head seems to be kind of like paranoidly kind of looking around.
To mirror
Can we
the
like
second
wave
head,
to him or
Raccoon.
something?
Those two questions at once.
Okay.
Go ahead, Erasmus, for first.
She just wants to be keeping an eye out, taking a look at these other towers on the way down if there's any like openings in the walls, which I think we can just make out.
Yeah.
Trying to keep an eye open for movement specifically. She doesn't want to get caught by surprise.
What you'll notice is that it looks as though the space that you're coming from and kind of descending down to, it is kind of like this gate that you kind of entered in here. It looks as though the gate is heavily used, and you would see that not too far from where you're standing, kind of over here in, let me get rid of this guy for a second. Over here in this direction over here, it looks like there is a rope that is kind of tethered to the stonework that descends down into the well proper.
You'll relay that information about the rope.
And it's like a heavy rope. Think like the rope thickness in like Princess Bride, that kind of rope. Like a big
Okay.
sailing rope. All right. It seems to be on the ready and alerted to your presence as you descend. Who's the first one that kind of gets out onto the walkway and starts to approach the giant?
I suppose I will.
Okay.
I'm going to address it in giant. Greetings.
Do you yell or do you speak?
I speak at first.
Nothing seems to, like, you speak and it doesn't seem like the auditory space is allowing you to kind of speak at distance without kind of raising your voice here. You're like 100
I
and
say it
something feet
again.
out from him.
Yep. Okay. I say it again, but louder.
Okay. You kind of realize that yelling is going to have to be what you do at this distance. And when you commit to it and kind of yell out to him, you'll also notice that the space that you're in seems to cause an echo to rise upwards. So those who are below are kind of getting the auditory kind of saturation as the yelling from Rex kind of lifts up from you. The giant across the way, in a single voice, the one that's looking ahead, says, "We aren't welcoming guests. Who are you? You the squabblers from the manor fort, or what?" "Banditting type, I think," says the other head. "I think them bellhoods are what giving us trouble last month." "I don't think so. That one's wearing ever so plate right there. He's probably from the manor fort, one of them Eagle Knights." "Yeah, maybe. Or he stole it and lifted it off of his corpse. It's probably truer."
We mean you no harm.
Oh,
We simply wish to have information about this place.
There's like a whispered tone for people watching at home. They get to know what they're saying. Just keep in mind, you're hearing the one on the paranoid one says, "Oh, they're speaking giant. How courteous. Very nice of them to do so." And the other guy's like, "I know. It's the first time we've actually received due diligence from people who've been fitting as us. I like it." "Okay, what? What'd you just say? Sorry, I was talking to me."
We mean you no harm. We
"Okay,
simply wish to know more about this place.
what do you want to know?"
What is the name of this place?
"Fuck, I don't know. Something."
You get a chuckle out of Rex for that.
Little guy says, "It's home. We call it home."
Okay. Rex will then ask, what is the purpose of this place?
"The purpose of this place is home." "Fucking what are you talking about?" "I don't think you
He gestures
understand. We live
towards the-
here."
He
What's
just kind of
behind
like,
them?
I don't think they're gonna want to answer that, but we could try. What are you guarding?
"Look, you're giving me a real big trouble right now, and I don't want to fucking deal with it. If you keep squawking, we're gonna have to bust you right nice, and then we'll probably pick your bones clean. Don't want to do that to no giant kin, even though you are a scrawny lot. But if you keep fucking around talking, we're gonna kill you."
Rex is gonna look at the rest of the group.
Some of them understanding, some of them not knowing what's going on.
He says that if we continue squawking around, and I do that with like quotation fingers, that they're going to smash us into pieces and pick our bones clean. They say that this place is home, and they essentially just aren't entertaining guests.
See, maybe you see like if they're the only ones here, or maybe there's more folk inside.
I think if we ask them another question, it's probably going to end up in a fight.
I don't want
We
to
don't
take this
mean,
fight.
yeah, we don't mean them any harm. They don't, from what you've told us, don't seem to mean us any harm. Why don't we just leave on peaceful terms?
Yeah.
As much as I would like to know more myself, I think it would be best if we back away. Let them have
Yeah,
their
we
space.
can come back. We can come back later, maybe with gifts or something. Maybe a fresh roasted boar or whatever, you know, a housewarming gift. But right
Not
now
a
we're a
terrible
little
idea.
unprepared.
Okay, you guys are backing off, and you kind of like peacefully kind of raise your hands as you make your way to the steps, or are you guys going to re-engage?
I'm going to peacefully raise my hands up and say, "We mean no harm. Thank you for your time. Have a nice
Yeah.
night."
No, fuck off. Yeah, fuck off. And they're
Here's
kind of like
guys to you too, friend.
they're kind of banging their weapons together, like being really annoying. As you kind of make your way up, they stop and they kind of sit back down. You can see them pull out what appears to be a pipe, light it with a flint and tinder, and smoke it, passing it between the two of them. Even though they probably share lungs.
Oh shit,
I was about to say, they use
these
the
guys like
same
to party.
Then
Oh,
you'd
Next
I
hear
time we
got
just
that.
use the
you'd hear kind of like a wet, sickening kind of thud come up from the wall, like near where, not where you're coming or going to, but where you saw that rope tied over. And you would see kind of climbing over like the wall and kind of like coming onto this position from like a higher rock point, what appears to be an ogre. And the ogre has dropped a very large bag that looks like it's filled with something soggy and something kind of causing the bag to kind of color in like a reddish color. And he has this device over his shoulder in his other hand as he's climbing over that looks like a fishing pole, but like with a boat wheel attached to it and like a massive line attached to it.
Oh, the
And
boat wheel's the real?
huh?
You said the boat wheel is the real?
Yeah. The wheel is a
Oh, I
real.
love that.
Um, and you would see kind of hanging out of the bag, like you'd expect like a person with a fishing pole to have fish in a bag, right? But you can see like a goat leg hanging out from it, and it appears to be filled with goats. And he kind of like gets that and kind of pulls up the rope that goes all the way down and kind of ties the bag to it. And then you finally make it to the top. You're kind of like looking at the situation. They don't seem to pay attention to you. You see him pull out a bell, which is really small and comically tiny, and his little he goes ding 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 ding, ding, and you can hear it pretty audibly throughout the space, despite its small size. You then see from one of the stair holes here inside of the space another ogre come out, kind of look up. Oh yeah, and then the goat bag gets thrown over with the rope attached to it. Stop and start swinging and smashing against the walls. He's like, "Oh, it's a pretty cool hole," and he grabs the bag and takes it into the hole with him. The fisher one starts to then descend down the rope.
Just a lovely little
Oh.
ogre commune.
I think it's best so I think it was a good decision not to anchor them.
This might not be something we can ignore, depending where they got those goats. They may have stolen it from like a farm or something.
Yes, but we're ill prepared at this time.
Does anybody here have nature trained?
No.
Okay. Well, with that
I
then,
don't anyway.
you'll move away
Oh,
from...
I do.
Oh, great. So you would actually recognize that the goat part that was visible and was kind of pointed out to you appears to have been from a mountain goat. And real quick, above table, out of character, a group came upon that ogre. He is fishing off of the cliff face and catching mountain goats and then reeling them in. So, just as a note, he is
Insane.
awesome.
One
Guy's trying to get us
question that I
out.
did have.
Go ahead, Erasmus.
One question I did have. The reel of his fishing rod. Did it look like it could hold enough line to reach the angel at the bottom of the pond?
Easily.
Thoughts for next time we return?
Well, we don't need to take it off his corpse. We make a good relationship. We could possibly barter with these guys. Like, clearly they like stuff. And that one dude, we know he parties. I have some really actually expensive liquor on me right now. So if we want to keep this going, we could try to barter.
You're
I
wel-
agree. I don't really want to fight a colony of giants, but what do you guys think?
I mean, they're definitely like civilized, so we can't like exterminate them, I don't think. I think we have to like treat them as neighbors in some fashion.
Yeah, unless we see them start chewing on sentient creatures, but it looks like they're just eating goats and stuff, so should be fine.
Yeah.
He didn't threaten to eat you. He threatened to kill you.
Okay.
He threatened to kill us and then pick our bones.
He did threaten that.
All
Good
right,
memory.
I'm gonna try something. If you guys are cool with it, I'm gonna see if he's down to chat more. If I offer up a swig of
Do
firewater,
you speak giant?
I do.
Okay.
I'm an even smaller giant than the
All right.
Goliath.
So you come back down, and he kind of goes, "Oh, I thought I told you not to leave."
I kind of pull out the firewater and I said, "Well, we were heading out, but I didn't know you. You guys like to party?
Party.
Give me a puff. I'll trade you a puff for a swig. Got this mean firewater.
Make a
Got it from that."
make a persuasion roll.
Is it too late for guidance?
No. Throw it.
Feel free to add a D4 to that for guidance.
All right.
What you got there? And you kind of walk a little bit closer, and they kind of get up and start walking towards you, and you kind of meet in the middle, right? And what you'll notice is when you get here, the ogre that I mentioned that went down below is kind of peeking out, kind of like, what's going on out there? And then you can also see the fisherman is about like 3/4 of the way down, and he's kind of like stopped, and he's kind of like looking over his shoulder at you. Big guy says, "You just want a puff of it? It was kind of down to the dregs. I can reload it if you want fresh."
Yeah.
That
Pack it up.
bashes it against like, just that piece of stone next to him, and then like packs the bowl of this very large pipe, and then pulls out the flint and tinder, then lights it, and then like hands it over, and then they go, "Let's see that bowl you got here."
Oh, is the pipe like comically large for me? Like I won't be able to actually.
Instead of like you've smoked before, instead of like that, it's more of like a like you got to put your mouth a little bit around it to get the pull. But do you hand over the bottle?
Oh yeah, give him the ball. I'm gonna actually.
Fucking
Just
hell.
for the fun RP, I'll use my giant smite so I can grow in size, so
Oh.
we're more equal size.
They're like, "Oh, fucking, what are you, a dwemer? Oh, no, I think he's one of them rune people, from back in the year." "Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. Fucking, And he looks at the bottle, and it's not like super small in his hand, but it's kind of tiny. It's like, in your hands, it's like, pretty big. In their hands, it's like a pop bottle, right? And so he's like, "Oh, put up, ha, okay, you go first. Yeah, you go first. It's weird. Shake it a little bit." Shake, 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 shake. And you can see, like, the discoloration from the firewater. "Oh, I fucking love it. Okay, I'm just gonna take a swig here." Half the bottle's gone. "Oh, it's lovely, yeah." And then the other guy's like, "Well, let me try, No, we said one swig, one puff. He's gotta do his, and if he wants to trade some more, we can. But it's his bottle, being kindly." Do you smoke the stuff?
Oh yeah, my human lungs. I'm probably about to
Constitution saving throw. Let's see it.
Oh,
The
I'm
best
on my ass.
the best question I can ask you is this: have you ever smoked weed? Have you ever taken a draw so hard it causes your lungs to explode in fire? That happens. You basically are coughing. He's like, "Oh, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. His lungs is as big as ours. He's only got 2 of them too, so yeah." And you're just kind of like coughing, coughing, coughing. But when you come to and stop coughing, you are completely fucking shot. You are absolutely high as it can get. You're considered poisoned for the duration.
All right, well, now that we're on good terms, buddy, look, I think we're all going to be neighbors for a while. You know, we're at the manor for you and yours are here. I think we should just, have a good relationship. We got drinks, you guys got the smokes. What do you say to a little open lines of communication, maybe a little trade?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's fair. Oh, looks over at the guy in the hole. You can see him kind of doing one of these, and then the fisherman's like, "Yeah," flops down. You got any food types? Any kind of crazy food? I like food.
This is all in
Yeah.
giant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you speak in common
Dude,
and try and get their attention?
No, the one role-playing point I was going to make is you approach within 15 feet
Yeah.
of Saywin, and as he's coughing and sputtering from the drag, she's going to cast Spare the Dying on him.
I'm gonna throw some bonus experience on the total for that. That's fucking lovely. Um, so
But she's not otherwise going to do anything until she's like aware in common of what's transpiring. But out of character, she has like an exotic spice in her bag.
and you're gonna trade it over?
Well, that was the thought. You know the vials of slime
Mm.
from the
Yeah.
kobold pits that you said was like used by dragons as a way of seasoning their food,
Yes.
or dragonkin, I
Mhm.
suppose I should say. She's got those 2 vials. She'd be more than willing to part with, in the interest of furthering diplomacy.
When the guy's talking about food and the fisher guy, he comes down, kind of wades across the water, which isn't that deep. It's only about 10 or so feet deep. For him, it's like, waist high. Comes over, asking about food, and then Raccoon kind of walks forward and hands over those. He takes it and goes, "Oh yeah, that'll be great on these goats. Thank you so much, little one." And then we'll kind of pat the top of your head very gently twice.
You're great.
See her
You were interested
flinch,
in that.
and she'll flinch and stiffen up at the approaching of the hand. Very uncomfortable with being touched when she's not the one initiating, but she'll allow it given the relative size of her
Yeah.
versus the creature.
And he says what he says in giant, so you're like, I don't even know what he's saying, but I'm not dead, so there's a plus. Saywin.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Your
Rex
grace.
will actually.
You
Sorry.
go ahead, Rex. Yeah.
I was gonna say that Rex would just translate to her.
Oh, okay. Rex X is translator, so
Your
you
grace,
understand.
you were
But
interested in their fishing line. You want me to see if they're willing, if they have any more willing to trade for it?
I don't know if we have anything on us right now that they would want in exchange, but knowing that if they're open to the idea would be beneficial.
Hey, cousin. Hey, trying to wave down.
yeah.
So you can say when it's swaying a lot. Like it seems like he's having a really hard time trying to keep this going. But he's, you guys have more of those really cool fishing rods, or do you just have that one?
Just the one, unfortunately. Yeah, we lost the other one when a friend of ours got knocked off a cliff. There was bird people that were floating about up the mountain. We don't go too much farther up. There's if you go up this way, and kind of points out towards the east, cliffs, deadly dangerous. Not very good climbing, very hard to do. If you go north of here, there's a staircase that goes all the way up, but there's like a massive gargoyle right over that way. And it's a hard climb. I don't think any of you small ones would be able to make it. But I think there's a door that starts at the stair. I haven't been there myself. I believe there's a bunch of your corpses walking around there.
Just to
Interesting.
make sure I'm taking my notes correctly, John, cliffs to the east, but a very hard climb,
Yeah.
or stairway, but gargoyle and possible undead.
Yeah, gargoyle is new news. The undead were present outside of the door that requires the magic to open it that goes up the mountain stair. Those undead have been dealt with by your company. The ogres apparently are not aware of the fact that you've killed those undead. But the gargoyle,
Okay.
the massive gargoyle that he mentioned, that is new news. That has not been mentioned before. And it's behind the mountain
Yeah,
stair,
that's
he
one-
said. Or behind the
Yeah,
door.
past the gate,
Yeah.
or the door, yeah. Door.
Is there anything you're really looking for that you'd be willing to trade for that giant reel?
Oh,
We
yeah.
just could really use it.
Well, we're looking for armor, but we can't find any our size.
Saywin just starts like laughing, like kind of stoner laugh. I think I know a guy.
Well, yeah, we can
I know
establish
a
relations.
guy.
We can establish relations and we can trade, no problem. Quick note, out of character, a couple of things have developed, and I want to make sure that we put them on the table so we understand them mechanically in a sense of the game that we're playing. So you have established a initial diplomatic relation with the giantkin of the ancient Stepwell. Okay? This will create a new downtime activity for this location specifically. If you wish to befriend them, it is going to be a very hard effort to
Oh,
do
yes.
so. Initial relations are very simple and very easy, but you're going to have to deal with the bureaucracy, and the diplomacy is a hard-earned effort. There is now a downtime clock that has been established with no points. It requires a total of 20 points, and that can happen between any grouping of people that wish to. However, for it to be a success and be counted on the downtime clock, whoever initiates the downtime activity will have to make a persuasion check, DC 15, to gain the additional point to the clock. Once 20 have arisen, these giantkin will serve as allies to your group. For the time being, however, they are neutral to you, and if they see individuals who are part of your company and can prove it, so specifically showing indicators of the manor fort, they will not attack you if a random encounter arises between you, your guys, and ogres, and there is a noticeable "I am a part of the manor fort" indicator. Okay. Second, there is another downtime activity that has been erected because of your efforts here, and that regards the magical glade. Exploring the magical glade is one thing. That is an adventure. That is a quest all its own. However, the actual dungeon for the magical glade is in the structures to the south. The angel corpse outside of it is completely unrelated to the dungeon. It is just there. However, you have two options. You can either research it, or you can bring it out of the water in full. Both are activities that are going to take time. To recover the angel's bones, it will take 30 downtime activity points in a downtime clock. So that will be a team effort. And if you wish to research it, it will take 12 downtime activity points. And that is an individual one. So that will not be something that, well, I guess you could joint up on that. So I'll make sure that that clock is also manageable between multiple people.
That
Okay.
was 12 points for research?
Yeah. And I'll get those marked on the indicators for the different spaces once I get the updates done tomorrow morning. I think that means we have about 2 minutes left, so it's a pretty decent time to call it. Very good session. I love the very narrative focus on this one. We did have the one combat that took about an hour, but you guys actually managed to get through it very well. I'm sorry.
By the seat of our pants.
Having a dark mark in the party is not the best thing ever. And yeah, a place out in the middle of the forest is probably not the place with the most treasure in it. Just as a heads up, if you are looking for treasure, you may want to go into dungeons.
It
It's on
wasn't.
free roam.
It wasn't even flowers.
Yeah, wasn't even flowers. Okay, thanks for watching those that did. We're gonna see you next time. I think I have a game on Wednesday, and I'll be running the first game of Riverbank on Tuesday, which the art for which will probably show up in the near future. Thanks for watching. We will see you on Wednesday.